Okay, so Dokja is getting a system notification, a big one saying his fourth wall skill is reactivating, regardless of his will. He's clearly shocked, and a massive surge of energy is erupting around him, like something huge is about to happen. We get a full character profile dump revealing Dokja's stats, 8 lives, omniscient reader's viewpoint, and that fourth wall skill is leveling up. This dude's profile is popping up for everyone, apparently, because constellations are reacting like crazy to it. The founder of mankind is straight up moaning, and another constellation is backing away, covering their eyes. Things are getting intense. More constellations are retreating, injured by whatever's happening with Dokja's profile. It's like his presence is hurting them. Dokja wonders if the secretive plotter saw his information in that brief window, and honestly, that's a very real possibility. He's realizing the secretive plotter's reaction is totally different from the others, and this dude is starting to piece things together. Dokja is thinking the secretive plotter might have read his entire profile in a split second, and that's not good at all. Dokja's falling straight into this massive wall of text, and it's not a metaphor, bro, it's literal. He slams into the wall, yelling ouch, but it's not solid, it's like a screen or a boundary of some kind. The wall is covered in tiny text, and the sound of rushing wind is deafening as Dokja clings on. Dokja realizes this wall isn't just a barrier, it's the line between reality and fiction, no way. He explains how this wall helped him adapt to the story world and stay sane through everything, but he can't actually define what the wall is, which is super unsettling and honestly kinda sus. Dokja reaches out and touches the wall, and the screen zooms in on the endless lines of text. The text is in Korean, and it's just every single line of the novel filling the entire surface. He's touching the story itself, the words that trapped him here, and it's a full circle moment. Dokja knows the story, but he's admitting he doesn't fully understand the wall, and that's terrifying. Dokja's realizing the wall isn't just protecting him, it's actively responding to him, bro. The wall starts to crack and glow, and this insane energy is building up around Dokja. A message flashes, the fourth wall begins to quiver, which is a terrifying announcement, honestly. The text on the wall swirls and intensifies like a digital vortex, and Dokja looks totally freaked out. Then it happens, the wall projects words, huge glowing letters, Dokja. Continues, Dokja is, and the tension is unreal. What is this wall about to reveal? The wall finishes the sentence, Dr. Kim is an idiot, and Dokja is just stunned. He raises an eyebrow, looking confused, like, excuse me, this wall is roasting him. Dokja scoffs, clearly not taking this insult seriously. Our boy has some sass. But honestly, that comeback is weak when the wall is literally part of the story itself. Dokja realizes all the words appearing earlier weren't just part of the story. The fourth wall itself wrote them, no way. But he quickly questions that, thinking if the wall wrote it, who wrote it? It's a mind-bending loop, bro. He stares at the wall, trying to figure out what's behind it, and the fourth wall straight up turns its head away from him. Then a new message appears, personal skill. The fourth wall tells you never to turn it off again forcibly. This skill is getting sassy. Dokja surprisingly agrees to listen to the fourth wall, but demands a favor in return. This dude is playing a dangerous game. He makes a desperate plea, give me my mother back. This is the core of everything, and it's heartbreaking. The wall responds with a flash of energy, and the scene cuts to a close-up of the wall's glowing symbols. The wall displays a symbol and then a question mark. It's like the fourth wall is asking him something, which is wild. Dokja is totally caught off guard by this, and honestly we are too. The wall is now initiating a conversation. Another surge of energy and a final symbol appears, hinting that something massive is about to go down, and our boy is right in the middle of it. Dokja's mind is racing, and he suddenly remembers his mother. He realizes he's been hiding her trauma from himself. He now understands what she experienced, and the wall is laying it all out for him, but it doesn't mean he understands everything. But even with this newfound knowledge, the wall points out he still hates his mother. Ouch, harsh but true. The wall explains that even learning about trauma doesn't erase the hurt felt for years, and Dokja is reeling from it. A new question flashes on the wall. Why did he want to save his mother? It's a gut punch, honestly. Someone or something is desperately pleading for help, claiming they don't have much energy left and begging Dokja for assistance. The wall highlights Dokja Kim again and the energy surges. It's like the system is focusing all its power on him. A spark of energy hits Dokja and he's visibly shocked, clutching his head as if something just entered his mind. The wall throws more information at him and our boy is starting to look overwhelmed. This is intense. Dokja's eyes widen and he's clearly processing something huge, but what is it? The suspense is killing me. Dokja, still reeling, suddenly catches someone, Lee Seolwa, before she falls, but she's completely unresponsive. He's desperately trying to wake her, shouting her name, but it's like she's lost in a deep, dreamless sleep. Wall explains that Seolwa's constellations are fading, and she's transferring her power to Dokja. What? Apparently she saw a future where Dokja would fail, and she's sacrificing herself to give him a fighting chance. Dokja is straight up protesting, telling her she doesn't need to do this, but she's already made up her mind. She manages a weak thank you before fully collapsing into his arms. This is heartbreaking, seriously. Dokja holds her close and she murmurs she's sleepy, flashing a little 3 on the wall, so sad. But wait, the wall reveals this isn't just a transfer of power, it's a complete merging of their stories. Dokja now carries Seolwa's past, her regrets, everything, talk about a heavy burden. He's absorbing all of it, and honestly, our boy looks completely overwhelmed, but determined to carry on. Everything starts cracking, the world around Dokja is literally shattering, and it's terrifying. Dokja's absorbing Seolwa's story, and it's hitting him hard, like a tidal wave of memories and regret. He's clutching Seolwa tighter, desperate to hold on to her even as their fates completely merge. It's intense. Okay, so this chick is straight up admitting she'd be dead if Dokja hadn't saved her, which is a huge statement. She's so embarrassed she confesses she'd give Dokja one of her lives if she had to. That's a level of dedication we rarely see. Everyone's complaining they only got 6 points on the affection test, and the solution? Wear the dress Dokja likes, seriously. This dude is losing it over the dress thing, while another guy looks horrified. Honestly, it's a little much. Dokja's appearance has completely thrown everyone's plans into chaos, and they're realizing things are getting way more complicated. The scenarios that should have been easy are now impossibly hard, and the story is twisting in unexpected ways. But here's the kicker, the people who were supposed to die are somehow still alive, no way. Dokja thinks this round could be the best one yet, and he's got this little smirk that says he knows something we don't. He believes this could be the best round he's ever been in, which is a little creepy considering everything's at stake. With that, we're left with a sense that something huge is about to happen. This is gonna be good. Okay, so everyone's talking about how Dokja's death fulfills the prophecy about being killed by a loved one. They think it's over. But hold up, someone points out the nebulas aren't pushovers and they definitely know about Dokja's resurrection ability. This dude is realizing the fate isn't finished and the next scenario won't be a walk in the park. He's convinced something's off and the fate won't end so easily. Dokja's survival is throwing everything into chaos. Dokja is staring up at the sky and honestly, he looks like he's about to drop some serious truth bombs. He's got this intense gaze and it's clear he's already 3 steps ahead. This dude always is. The scene cuts to the sky filled with yellow paper. It's a little ominous, not gonna lie. Dokja's just standing there taking it all in, and you can feel the weight of the story shifting. He's thinking about all the variables and how this messed up fate is playing out. Our boy is calculating. He's determined to see this through, and the look on his face says he won't let anyone stop him. Dokja realizes a constellation is watching his incarnation, like really focused on him. He's already completed 3 rounds of this scenario, but still doesn't know who's supporting him. Talk about frustrating. Dokja straight up declares this supporting constellation is the cause of this endless loop, and he's not happy about it. Suddenly, we cut to a mysterious figure falling from the sky. Who is this teal-haired dude? This guy is chilling, arms crossed, looking down at Dokja, and honestly, he's giving off major villain vibes. Close-up reveals his eyes are kinda creepy, like he knows exactly what's going on, and it's not good. He's thinking about how it's been 4 days since Dokja died, and a notification pops up. You have died, no way. This teal-haired dude is floating, smirking, and it's clear he's the one resetting everything. Talk about a power trip. He's looking down at Dokja, who's staring back with a mix of confusion and determination. This is a standoff. Dokja is falling through the sky while this dude just stands there observing. Bro, that's cold. Dokja's squad is getting stronger, and he thinks they can push through the rest of the story. That's good news. Huiwen is practicing her powers, but she's still struggling to control them. Dokja gives her encouragement, though. Suddenly, an unnamed constellation donates 100 coins to Hyunseong. What is going on with this guy? Hyunseong and Yujin are shocked by the donation, and Yujin questions if 100 coins is even worth it. Dokja decides they need to check on the others, but it's clear he's still fixated on who's watching them. He finds Johan and Juin, but they're both lying down. Apparently, the teal-haired dude just told them to. Dokja is bewildered, but the teal-haired guy doesn't even bother explaining. He's just casually floating there. Another donation notification pops up, and Dokja thinks this is helpful, but the dude isn't even following orders yet. Then an unnamed constellation smiles at Dokja. This is getting seriously creepy, and he's totally noticed it. Yujin is grinning ear to ear, and honestly, this is a little unsettling. What's she planning? Dokja's got a serious problem. Those nebulas are straight up haunting him, offering resurrection. He's wondering how to get rid of them and protect his friends, but it's clear he's already formulating a plan. Our boy declares that accepting their offer is the only way, and blue energy starts crackling around him. The nebulas confirm all the conditions for his resurrection are met. Talk about a deal with the devil. Then a notification pops up. The 8 lives attribute is activated. No way, this is huge. Dokja's body is being resurrected from death, and honestly, the energy is kinda overwhelming. Everything goes dark for a second, and then Dokja is back, standing there with a look that says, "I'm not messing around anymore," and the sparks are still flying. He's fully resurrected, and it's a total power-up, but at what cost? This dude just made a deal with cosmic entities. Things are about to get wild. Dokja's back on his feet, and the room is taking a beating. Furniture is cracking and splintering around him. He's grabbing the edge of a dresser, holding it together with sheer force, but it's still falling apart. Everyone's shocked. They can't believe he actually came back to life, and the rumors are true. Dokja's got this smug look on his face, asking why they put him in a coffin when he was clearly coming back. A notification pops up confirming 8 lives is active. No way, he's got multiple resurrections now. Another notification reveals the 3rd head of the serpent is sacrificed, whatever that means. Then a massive pillar of light shoots up into the sky. It's blinding and honestly pretty epic. The light expands, engulfing everything, and it looks like a new power is being unleashed. This dude is straight up ascending. The power is surging around him, and it's intense. Everything's bathed in light, and it's clear Dokja is leveling up big time, but what does it all mean? Okay, so this dude Jungwoo is getting seriously pressured by someone to promise he won't give up on his goal, no matter what. But someone else is totally suspicious, wondering what's gotten into Jungwoo all of a sudden and why this person is pushing him so hard. Jungwoo straight up says he won't give up but brushes off the question, and the other guy doesn't buy it for a second. Suddenly, the guy asking questions is twitching like majorly and starts rambling about someone's death, which is already a bad sign. He yells for them to wait, but it's too late. Someone's already moving in for an attack. They're dividing into 2 teams, and this dude is picking his own crew, but honestly, it's looking a little messy. Jungwoo announces the members of his team, and Bro is seriously focused. However, the scene cuts to a shadowy figure looming, and it's clear someone's about to make a move. This creepy figure is revealed, and it's straight up terrifying, like nightmare fuel level stuff. And just when you think things can't get worse, the figure reaches for Jungwoo, and honestly, this is where things get real. Jihai Lee steps forward, and she's giving off major "I'm in charge" vibes. No way she's letting anyone else lead. She announces Dokja's team will consist of Hyun Yeon. Seriously, that's a surprise. Hyun Yeon looks totally unimpressed, and honestly, he doesn't seem thrilled to be working with Dokja. Someone else tries to join the team, but Dokja just ignores him. That's cold, bro. The others are piling on, desperate to be on Dokja's team. It's a full-on scramble. Yusum throws shade, bragging about her ranking being higher than whoever Dokja picks. What a mood. Someone else jumps in, pointing out that Mr. Gong hasn't been seen since he tried to rank up Ominous. Another person chimes in, ranked 5th, and is equally eager to join Dokja's team. The competition is fierce. Suddenly, someone's remembering that Sion was the first disciple. Wait, what does that mean? They're speculating about who knows what, and it's clear there's some serious history we don't know about. Okay, so Dokja explains this ability allows an extra person to participate in the scenario. Wild. He asks if anyone has called a demon king. This dude is straight up dropping bombshells. And bam, a terrifying demon king appears, looking like a nightmare made real. Turns out there are 72 beings given the title of Demon King by something called the Star Stream. Each Demon King has unique modifiers like constellations and rules over their own demonic realm, serious power. Yuseong asks if they're like the ultimate boss demons, and Dokja confirms he's seen them in anime. Of course he has. Dokja explains he knows what they are, he's seen it all before because he read the novel. The team is clearly starting to realize Dokja knows way more than he lets on, and it's kinda creepy. But honestly, this whole situation is escalating quickly, and the Demon King is a major threat. Now everyone's looking at Dokja, wondering what he's planning. Our boy is playing 4D chess, I swear. Okay, so it turns out the constellations and Demon Kings have beef, a long, complicated history of not getting along. Specifically, the Demon Kings hate constellations of pure good alignment. This is getting intense. Suddenly, a massive winged figure descends, wielding a glowing spear and looking absolutely furious. This Demon King is straight up declaring war on the constellations, and it's a full-on battle in the sky. But wait, someone's shouting they're not going. It's Juyoung, and she's getting dragged away by a rope. Dokja casually reveals he's just going to camp out, but refuses to let Juyoung escape. Savage. He's telling her to clear the scenario and then get out of here. Our boy doesn't play games. Then, a huge reveal, the 73rd Demon King isn't even a real Demon King. What? Juyoung's shocked, but Dokja's all you should have known, claiming she's been hiding out for 4 days. No way, Dokja's dropping truth bombs, and Juyoung is clearly regretting her life choices right now. Dokja's laying out a plan. Gilliam and Yuseum need to stay back, apparently. Juyoung's panicking, but Dokja's already moving, straight up leaping into action with a sword. Senga yells for backup, offering to shield everyone, and honestly, she's a boss. Chaos erupts, people are flying everywhere as something huge crashes down, and it's intense. Okay, so Dokja remembers something Dokja said earlier, and he's shouting a warning about timing. This dude's slicing through the air, but Juyoung's unleashing some serious energy beams, protecting everyone. No way, Juyoung's attack is blocked, but she's still fighting like crazy to keep the enemy at bay. Dokja's landing, sword drawn, and he's looking ready to finish this. Our boy means business. But it seems like everyone's working together now, and honestly, it's a beautiful sight. Okay, so our boy Dokja is straight up declaring he's changed. He's not just the reader anymore, he's acting now. He's leaving the group, and honestly, he's worried about losing everyone, which is a huge shift for him. Jiyu points out they still have a 6-man team, meaning someone's getting left behind, and the tension is building. This dude, Munyoung, is giving Dokja the side eye, like he knows something's up with this whole situation. Dokja walks away, leaving the others, and Munyoung just stares after him, super intense. Munyoung's face is so expressive, bro. He's clearly conflicted about Dokja's decision. He tells Dokja that Sejong also wanted to go with him, but Dokja will be more useful staying put. Dokja asks if he even talked to Sejong, and Munyoung admits it was a short conversation. Munyoung reveals they didn't really talk much, but he trusts Dokja's choice. What is going on? Munyoung is so stoic, but you can tell he's got a lot on his mind and is seriously worried. Dokja admits he believes they didn't talk much because the time hadn't come yet. Talk about cryptic. He says once the scenarios are over, they'll have plenty of time to talk, and Munyoung just listens. Munyoung is lost in thought, staring off into the distance with a serious look on his face. Close up on Munyoung's eye, you can see the gears turning, and he's definitely processing something. Suddenly, everything shifts to a wide shot of a massive landscape with mountains and fields. They're heading towards this epic vista, a beautiful but imposing scene, and it's giving me chills. The sun breaks through the clouds, illuminating a grand, ancient building in the distance. It's a massive temple, straight up a relic from a forgotten age, and it looks seriously important. Group is now approaching the temple, tiny figures against its monumental scale. It's intense. Munyoung shouts, "Let's get going," and they march forward, ready to face whatever's inside. Okay, so it turns out the fight Munyoung sensed isn't external, it's happening inside the group. Dokja gives Gillion and Yuseung super specific instructions. Don't summon the Chimera Dragon unless he says so. They arrive at the temple and it's huge, like seriously massive and ancient. It's giving off major bad vibes. The group enters and it's all crumbling stone and eerie silence, but Dokja and Munyoung are leading the charge. They gather in a central chamber with a strange circular design. This place is clearly a ritual site. Dokja and Munyoung step forward, raising their hands towards glowing handprints on the wall. What is this? A flash of light erupts and it's blinding. Something's definitely activating and it's intense. Munyoung looks seriously concerned while Dokja is trying to keep a straight face. This is getting real. The light fades and the temple starts shaking. No way is this place about to fall apart. Dokja and Munyoung brace themselves, ready for whatever's coming next, and honestly, I'm on the edge of my seat. Dokja and Munyoung both nod, accepting the scenario challenge. No hesitation, these two are straight up fearless. The rest of the group agrees too, and suddenly the temple erupts with red energy. It's a total power surge. Sparks fly everywhere as the ritual circle on the floor activates, and the whole place starts shaking violently. A massive glowing pentagram rises from the floor, crackling with power. This is way bigger than anything they've faced. The energy intensifies and everyone braces themselves as the temple seems to be tearing itself apart. The group stands firm, but the sheer force of the ritual is almost overwhelming. This is a serious power-up. Yuseung, Yujin, and Gillion look stunned, while others try to maintain their composure. It's intense. The pentagram pulses with light and the entire temple is bathed in a crimson glow. What is this ritual even for? The group is bathed in the energy as the ritual reaches its peak. It's like they're being reborn. However, the energy subsides, leaving the group standing amidst the wreckage, changed and ready for anything. Okay, so the 73rd Demon King scenario has officially begun. Dokja announces it with this intense stare. Dokja lays it all out. They're about to be sent into a world ruled by a seriously powerful demon. The group nods, accepting their fate, but honestly, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. They start walking, heading deeper into the temple, and the atmosphere is just foreboding. You feel me? Dokja explains that the Demon King will sense them. They need to be prepared for a fight, ASAP. The group continues forward, and you can see the fear on one guy's face. Totally understandable, TBH. They keep pushing on, heading towards an ominous darkness. It's like a horror movie setup. Dokja warns them to prepare for anything, and bro is not kidding. This Demon King sounds terrifying. The group is almost swallowed by the shadows, and it's clear this scenario is no joke. Things are about to get real. Dokja's face is intense as he says they're walking into a trap, but they have no other choice. Talk about pressure. No way someone finds a body right inside the temple archway, and this dude straight up loses it. They rush forward, and it's clear this isn't just any corpse. It's someone important, judging by the reactions. Someone reaches for the body, but then another guy drops a bombshell. It's a probability storm. Turns out the dead people are incarnations of powerful beings, Vedias and Papyrus, and they tried contacting Dokja. Everyone's confused. How did these powerful guys end up here when they weren't supposed to be eligible? The mystery deepens, and honestly, it's a lot to unpack. This scenario is getting seriously complicated. But wait, there's more. It seems someone else is watching. Another figure lurks in the shadows. Dokja realizes something's wrong and warns them all, but it's like they're walking into a trap. And just like that, the scenario shifts. This is escalating fast, and our boy Dokja is on high alert. Okay, so the 73rd Demon King is straight up dying, and it's all happening right now. A system message pops up: the Demon King is officially dead, no takebacks. Everyone's freaking out, staring at the fallen Demon King, and honestly, this dude had it coming. This guy, Jungwoo, and another woman are completely shocked, questioning what just happened. The group starts to murmur, wondering if it's really over, but it feels way too easy, right? Jungwoo is panicking, clutching his head, clearly not expecting this to happen so quickly. Someone points out that the Incarnings, people who weren't supposed to participate, somehow took down the Demon King. They're saying it's impossible that they did it with Nebula's help, even after the probability storm. Jungwoo is still losing it, but it sounds like something big is about to go down, and he knows it. But wait, the system message says the scenario will change, and this is where things get really interesting. Okay, so three tiny, mischievous-looking guys are plotting something, and they're clearly up to no good. Suddenly, a huge, shadowy figure appears, crackling with purple energy. It's intense, bro. The system announces the main scenario has updated, and Jumu is losing it, yelling, "Darn it, something's changed." They realize they still need to find the 73rd Demon King to progress, even though the other one is gone. Junwoo wonders how the star stream will fix this contradiction, but honestly, it sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. The shadowy figure is wrecking everything. Pillars are falling, the floor is cracking, and sparks are flying everywhere. A strange, glowing object falls from the wreckage, and it looks important, like a key or something. More destruction, the place is crumbling around them with massive pillars collapsing and cracks spreading rapidly. Junwoo stares, completely bewildered, asking that. He's clearly piecing something together, and it's not good. Junwoo's got a creepy smirk now, and you know this means trouble. This dude is about to make a move. Junwoo grabs the glowing object. It's a massive jewel, and someone in the background is freaking out. The jewel pulses with energy, and suddenly everything goes haywire with purple blasts everywhere. The jewel's power explodes outward, throwing Junwoo back and completely demolishing the area. Junwoo shields his face, but the force is insane. This is straight up apocalyptic. He's battered and bruised, but somehow still standing, and he's looking pissed. No way this is over. A system message drops. The Grand Jewel has chosen a candidate for the 73rd Demon King. What? Junwoo demands someone keep their promise, and honestly, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Someone asks if reaching the end of the scenarios is still his goal, and if he'll give up no matter what. Junwoo doesn't answer, but his expression says it all. This dude is all in, no matter the cost. But the system message clarifies. The Grand Jewel has chosen a new 73rd Demon King. This is a disaster. Junwoo's losing it. He's screaming at Yoongyuk, calling him a bastard, and his eyes are wild. He's channeling some serious dark energy, and honestly, it's terrifying. Look at those fangs. The whole place starts to crumble around them, the floor cracking and the walls collapsing inward. Junwoo's radiating power, but it's unstable, like he's barely holding it together. It's intense. He's suddenly standing in this massive, ruined cathedral, and it's clear this is where the power is centered. Junwoo stares down at his hands, seemingly accepting his fate as the new Demon King. Yikes. Cut to a woman observing the destruction. She looks surprisingly calm, even amused. She casually points out the chaos to an older man who looks completely shocked. Talk about a contrast. The woman chuckles, saying someone seems worried, and her smirk is so condescending. Ugh. She gives the old man a creepy side eye, and it's clear she's the one pulling the strings here. Major villain vibes. The woman reveals the child was consumed by some kind of wall. No way, that sounds terrifying. She explains it's a presence inside the wall, and it's holding her son captive. What is even going on? Her father demands to know how his grandson can survive this, but she's straight up losing it. She screams about a cursed fate, and we get a glimpse of this massive, chaotic entity. It's overwhelming. She insists there's only one way to escape that fate, and it's intense to see her so desperate. But then she drops a bomb. Dokja Kim already knows how to break the cycle, huh? We flash back to Junwoo, consumed by darkness, and honestly, it's a total mind trip. He's face to face with this thing, and it's radiating power. This is getting seriously epic. Her father's freaking out, demanding to know how Dokja could possibly know. Good question, honestly. Okay, so Yoongyuk is straight up becoming a Demon King right before their eyes. The power is insane. Everyone's gathered around him, but it's chaos. They're trying to figure out what's happening, but it's too late. A notification pops up announcing Yoongyuk's evolution. The Grand Jewel chose him. No way. Someone shouts at Yoongyuk, calling him a bastard, and honestly, this dude had it coming. Sparks are flying everywhere as energy surges around Yoongyuk. It's a total power-up sequence. Then bam, a massive burst of golden energy explodes outward, and it's blindingly bright. But wait, it's not just energy, it's a shockwave, and it's sending everyone flying. This is getting wild. Okay, so Yoongyuk is walking through what's left of the city, totally confused about what's going on. But hold up, he's saying the Yoongyuk he knows would never do whatever's happening, which is intense. This other Yoongyuk is glowing with power, looking straight up demonic and claiming he's the reincarnation. He's saying he's the one meant to become the Demon King, not the original Yoongyuk, and honestly, bold claim. Our boy tries to talk him down, saying there's no need to sacrifice himself, but this dude is committed. He's laying out the stakes, 200,000 coins as a reward, but failure means death, no takebacks. This young Yak thinks he understands the penalty and is ready to move forward, no matter what. However, he's totally cutting Dokja off, telling him to get out of the way, and it's clear things are about to pop off. He's stepping forward like he's got everything under control, but something feels off, bro. And just like that, this young Yak is ready to take on the challenge, even if it means facing death itself. Okay, so this young Yak is laying out the plan. If he becomes the Demon King, Dokja is straight up toast. He's saying Dokja will regress and everything will end, but honestly, sounds like a threat, not a prediction. Suddenly, level 2 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint activates and bro is seeing everything. Turns out, getting expelled from the scenario means certain death, and it'll render Dokja's reincarnation skill useless. This young Yak thinks he's figured out the fate Dokja was referring to, and it's looking grim for our boy. He believes Dokja will die here if he becomes the Demon King, and is prepared to make that happen. Wait, this young Yak realizes he's the one who has to make the sacrifice, and his face drops. He's mumbling me as he grips his sword, and the whole scene is bathed in purple energy. Is he actually considering sacrificing himself? No way, this is a wild turn of events. He's looking down at his feet, and it's clear this dude is seriously contemplating his own death. He's ranting about goals, straight up questioning why Dokja even bothers with anything. But Yak admits someone might be able to save the world, just definitely not him. He's standing tall, bathed in red light, and it's clear this is a last stand kinda moment. The floor is cracking beneath his feet, like his resolve is breaking too. It's intense. A close-up on his eye reveals this dude is seriously conflicted, like a war is raging inside. He declares they don't have much time, and blue energy is swirling around his boots, signaling something big. Another guy rushes in, wielding a sword. He's ready to fight, but Yak looks unbothered. The sword swings, and Yak effortlessly blocks, creating a massive shockwave. But is this a distraction? The attack sends debris flying, and we hear crack. The tension is unreal, bro. But wait, this isn't a simple fight. Yak is prepping for something way bigger, and it's terrifying. He's laying it all out. Regressing might just erase the entire world straight up, but someone's not buying it. What? This dude is not impressed with the doomsday warning, and honestly same. A smirk creeps across his face, and it's clear he thinks they should be afraid. Of what, though? He explains the world might vanish the second he regresses. It's a huge gamble, but he's committed. Our boy is spiraling, questioning if he's wrong to even consider this, and it's a total mood. He's frantically asking about his supporting constellation. He needs a lifeline, ASAP. He's panicking, but then suddenly stops, and that's never a good sign, bro. He reveals he already asked his constellation for help, but they haven't responded, which is terrifying. He's staring intently, and it's clear this dude is hiding something. Major plot twist incoming. However, he insists his constellation will save them, even if he has to force it, and that's intense. Okay, so things are spiraling. Yak tries to trip Dokja, but our boy is too quick. But wait, Yak recovers and grabs the purple crystal, and Dokja goes down hard. He's showing off a creepy smile like he wanted Dokja to fall for this trap, so unsettling. Yak's clutching the crystal, and it's radiating power, like a mini-sun or something. He's shouting at Dokja to survive, and honestly, it feels less like encouragement, more like a challenge. Now another dude appears looking freaked out, while Yak just stands there, radiating menace. Yak declares it's up to Dokja to save the world, no pressure or anything, right? The scene explodes with purple energy, and it's overwhelming. This dude is straight up god level. He's engulfed in the power, looking like a shadow demon, and it's seriously intimidating. Everyone's screaming for him to stop, but Yak doesn't even flinch. This dude is fully committed. No way, the demons are all gathered, looking like fluffy little minions, and they're watching everything. The constellations are going wild. Some are upset, some are worried, and one is straight up ripping out his hair. But hold up, most of them are glued to this cliffhanger. They're totally invested in the drama unfolding. Yak just stands there completely unbothered while everyone else is losing their minds. So cold. Dokja straight up yells, and things are already going south fast. This powerful guy is unleashing some serious energy, but it's aimed at Dokja, no way. The attack is coming in hot, a whirlwind of purple and blue, and Dokja's trying to dodge it all. He's getting hit, man. The force sends Dokja flying and he crashes hard. A mysterious figure tells Dokja this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, like a super important offer. Everyone around Yoonhyuk is starting to get creeped out as he slowly draws his sword. People have heard rumors about his power, but seeing it in action is a whole other level. This other dude is pulling out a blade, looking ready for a fight, but Dokja is still reeling. The blue-haired guy seems shocked, like he didn't expect this to happen and is caught off guard. Our boy is clearly hurt, but he's trying to stay focused, even with that sword coming at him. Dokja's getting absolutely wrecked, but he's declaring he has to become the Demon King. What is happening? Someone shouts that Dokja is being delusional, but he's straight up refusing to back down from this crazy plan. This blue-haired dude is all a debt and is clearly confused by Dokja's wild ambition. Turns out this blue guy saved Dokja once before, so now he's returning the favor. A little backstory. The blue dude intercepts the attack, blocking it with his sword, but everyone thinks it's ridiculous. Dokja is seriously questioning who is going to take the fall, but the blue guy is all confidence. The blue dude's still blocking and he's actually glowing. His power is insane, bro. Dokja's getting a good look at the blade and is realizing it's more than just a weapon, it's something else. Blue dude is straight up saving Dokja, even though Dokja's plan is totally unhinged. Everyone is shocked. The situation is escalating so fast, and Yoonhyuk is still watching it all unfold. Dokja's trying to deactivate his miniaturization, but the system is straight up rejecting him. No way. The system flashes a message saying his physical traits don't match the current character. What does that even mean? Dokja shouts Dokja. He's panicking, realizing he can't use electrification, and the blue dude is about to get hit. The system throws up another message. He can't use electrification with his current body. Seriously, this is bad. The blue dude swings his sword, but Dokja jumps in front, trying to take the hit. What is he doing? The sword slices through the air, and Dokja braces for impact, but the blue dude somehow redirects it. The sword cuts a massive gash in the ground, and Dokja is left staring in shock. He almost got sliced to pieces. Blue dude's sword is glowing, and he's clearly holding back a ton of power. This guy is a monster. He's got some serious skill, but Dokja is still convinced he needs to become the Demon King. The obsession is real. The sword swings again, and the blue dude deflects, but Dokja is determined to take the damage himself. Bro, no. Dokja realizes he can still use electrification, but only if he deactivates miniaturization. Talk about a catch. He deactivates it and the purple crystal fragments float up, but it looks like it's killing him. Ouch. The system says he's in near death, but the power of electrification is now amplified. Risky move, our boy. Dokja collapses and the crystal falls to the ground, but then a shadowy figure catches it. It's the brown-haired guy, Lee Sejun, and he's grabbing the crystal, looking totally determined. Sejun's engulfed in blue energy, and he's about to unleash a massive attack. This is getting intense. He shouts at Dokja to give him the crystal, and electricity is crackling around him, serious power levels. Sejun tries to force the crystal into Dokja's hand, but Dokja's resisting, squirming away. What's going on? Sejun keeps pushing, and Dokja is clearly in pain, but he's also trying to understand what Sejun is planning. This dude Sejun is going all out with the electricity. It's a full-on assault, but why is he doing this? The system announces Dokja's bookmark skill is being forcibly deactivated, and sparks are flying. Dokja's struggling, trying to push Sejun away, but Sejun is relentless with the crystal. Everyone's reacting to the chaos. People are running, yelling, it's a total mess. Sejun's power is surging, and he's practically glowing with blue energy, totally overpowering Dokja. Sejun finally shoves the crystal into Dokja's hand, and Dokja's body is instantly flooded with power. Dokja's face contorts in agony, blood starts trickling from his mouth. This is not good. The team is shocked. They're staring at Dokja like they can't believe what's happening. Sejun's standing over Dokja, looking down with an intense expression. What is his plan? Dokja's screaming, and it's clear he's suffering, but Sejun doesn't seem to care. This is straight up messed up. The constellations are straight up grinning, anticipating something big. It's kinda creepy, honestly. Dokja yells Dokja. It's weird, but he's acknowledging something happening inside himself, a new power. Dokja clutches the crystal and it's glowing like crazy. He's absorbing insane amounts of energy right now. Sejun is just standing there watching Dokja suffer, but he's definitely orchestrating this whole thing. Bam, the system drops a new main scenario, the 73rd Demon King, no less. This is escalating fast. The scenario details are brutal. Claim the jewel or kill the Demon King, but fail and you're permanently expelled. 30 minutes to complete it, and the penalty is death and expulsion. Talk about high stakes, bro. Reward is 200,000 coins, but honestly the risk is way bigger than the payout, no way. This is insane. Sejun is gambling everything on Dokja, hoping our boy can handle becoming the next Demon King. Okay, so things are intense. This dude is straight up declaring he will become the Demon King, no hesitation. And boom, it's confirmed. The Grand Jewel has chosen a new Demon King candidate. This is what he's been working towards. He's standing there looking all confident in his coat like he owns the place. But it's a power grab, big time. Suddenly, a flash of purple energy explodes from his hands. Something's transferring, something powerful. The Grand Jewel is glowing like crazy, and it announces the new candidate. It's happening, guys, really happening. A massive surge of energy blasts outward, throwing everyone around. It's chaotic and totally epic. Our boy is on the ground, clearly affected by the power transfer, but he's pushing through it. He's got a new story now. Two other characters are freaking out beside him, but honestly, this dude just achieved Demon King status. The Star Stream is about to announce his new prefix. Whatever it is, it's gonna be huge. He's leveling up like crazy. The Star Stream announces it. He's now a fabled constellation, a super rare title apparently. But hold up, things take a dark turn. His stigma unlocks and it looks painful. A powerful dark mana starts to stain his constellation. It's corrupting him, no way. He's reeling, clearly struggling with the change, but he's still standing, bro. Someone shouts a fallen constellation, and then reveals what the Star Stream calls them. The Demon Kings. This is exactly what he planned, but it's still intense. A group of people rushes in, looking shocked and worried about what just happened. They're clearly concerned, but honestly, this dude is embracing the darkness. One of them is clutching his arm, maybe injured, but all eyes are on our boy. Our boy is fully embracing the Demon King transformation, wings sprouting and all. It's a total power-up. He's got these crazy dark feathers falling off, but he's still radiating power. It's wild. He declares, "Get up, everyone," like the Demon King is here to save the day, not destroy it. The others are freaking out, asking how to defeat him, but honestly, it's too late for that. He's standing in front of a massive, ruined cathedral, looking straight up regal even with the cracks on his face. More feathers are falling, creating this eerie, dramatic scene. It's giving major villain vibes. The cathedral is lit up in red and it's just intense. This dude is about to unleash something huge. He's gazing out with this sinister smile, and it's clear he's fully accepted his role as the Demon King. The scene cuts to a wider view of the cathedral, and it's seriously damaged, like a battle just happened. He repeats, "Get up, everyone," but this time it's less of a rallying cry and more of a command, no way. He's announcing the start of something, and everyone is looking up at him with pure shock. One of the crew is straight up questioning what's happening, but it's too late for questions now. Our boy is fully transformed, horns and all, and it's seriously intimidating. The Demon King is here. He's got this dark energy radiating from him, and cracks are spreading across his skin. It's wild. He's looking down on them, a sinister smirk playing on his lips, and honestly, it's kinda terrifying. He's stepping forward, wings spread, and a red glow is reflecting off his blade. Things are escalating fast. The red glow intensifies, and you can see the shock on their faces. They are realizing the gravity of the situation. He's commanding everyone to get up, but it's not a helpful command. It's a Demon King decree, no way. This woman is giving him a menacing grin, and it's clear she's embracing the chaos. She's on board. He repeats his order, starting now, and bro, this is the point of no return. It's about to go down. Young Yoyak is refusing to fight Dokja, saying he doesn't want to, and it's kinda heartbreaking, honestly. Dokja is straight up not having it, telling Young Yoyak he's being stubborn and asking if he's forgotten who Dokja is. But Young Yoyak claims he only said he didn't want to fight to taunt him, a total mind game. Dokja just says yes, it's so cold, and Young Yoyak looks totally taken aback. Then Dokja unleashes his wings, and it's a full-on Demon King reveal, wings spreading wide and everything. He's got this intense stare, and the red glow around him is getting brighter. This dude is serious. Dokja is commanding everyone to start, and it's clear he's not asking, he's ordering them. He's basically saying the only way to clear this scenario is to either claim the jewel or kill him, no other options. The time limit is only 30 minutes, and the penalty for failure is death, no pressure, right? However, it's all a trick. Dokja admits he only said he'd fight Yumyoyak to mess with him. Okay, so Dokja is laying down the law, telling everyone he's not a monster without feelings. It's intense. He's straight up grilling Dokja, asking if she thinks he's some heartless creature, and Dokja looks totally rattled. But Dokja isn't done. He's clenching his fists and doubling down, demanding to know why she always acts like this. Dokja's basically saying the only way out is to either grab the jewel or take him out, no other options, period. Okay, so the situation is bad. They're facing this monster and someone needs to land the finishing blow, like now. This guy, Jaha, straight up volunteers as bait, saying they won't be able to drain his HP in time. What a gamble. The monster attacks, unleashing a massive blast of energy, but Jaha is holding strong, tanking the hit like a boss. You get a close-up of Jaha's eye. He's totally focused, but there's something else there, like he's planning something big. He's gathering his team, and honestly, they look pretty intense, ready for a fight, but it's more than that. Jaha's making a proposal, wanting them to become his companions, but it's not a friendly offer, it's intense. One of the women is not having it, calling him out. This isn't companionship, it's something else entirely. Jaha draws his sword, and it's glowing with red energy. This isn't a team-up, it's a power play, no way. He swings that sword, and it's a massive arc of power, cutting through everything in its path, a total game changer. But it's clear this isn't about defeating the monster. Jaha is using this fight to assert his dominance, and it's chilling. Okay, so Jaha's power is escalating. He's getting these demonic horns and a crazy glow-up. It's intense. He declares the second phase is beginning, and his hand is transforming into this monstrous claw thing, super creepy. Jaha unleashes a wave of dark energy, blasting everything around him, and honestly, it's terrifying. A notification pops up. The scenario is trying to take control of his body, but he's fighting it, barely holding on. The woman from before tries to stop him, but Jaha's power is overwhelming, and he sends her flying. He's completely engulfed in this dark power now, looking like a straight-up demon lord, no joke. Jaha is barely recognizable, his face contorting, eyes glowing red. This isn't him anymore. Dark energy continues to surge, twisting and consuming everything around our body. It's a total takeover. He's losing the battle, the scenario is pushing through, and it looks like he's about to be completely consumed. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, he manages to regain some control. A glimmer of his old self remains. Jaha's companion Huiwen straight up throws himself in front of the sword, offering himself as a sacrifice. Huiwen pleads with Jaha to take his life, saying he's someone Jaha can trust. What a twist. But the other guy, completely shocked, yells, "How could you? This is getting messy." Jaha, still radiating dark power, just stares down at Huiwen with this chilling, unreadable expression. The sword comes down and there's a massive clang. As it connects, it's brutal and sudden. Everything explodes in a shower of debris and energy, a total chaotic mess of power unleashed. Huiwen urges Jaha to do it right, and it's clear he expects Jaha to finish the job, even now. Jaha orders Huiwen to stab him as hard as he can, knowing he'll resurrect later. This dude is playing a long game. No way, Jaha's body is actively resisting the scenario, but it's pushing back with incredible force. However, Jaha manages to seize control, and his eyes flare with a renewed, terrifying determination. Jaha activates his time of judgment skill. A massive scale appears, crackling with red energy. The scale descends, and Huiwen's urging Jaha to finish him off is getting intense, bro. Jaha's power is surging, but it's a struggle. The scenario is actively fighting back against him. However, he overpowers it, and his eyes blaze with this terrifying, determined light. The energy explodes outwards, sending debris flying, and Huiwen's getting lifted into the air. Jaha's body is radiating power, and he's standing firm as everything around him crumbles. That other guy, the one who is yelling, is staring in disbelief. He's realizing what's up. Jaha's got Huiwen suspended in midair, and honestly, it looks like a straight-up execution. The scene cuts to a close-up of the other guy, and he's shouting, "Darn it." He's not happy. This whole situation is wild, but Jaha is completely in control, ready to deliver his judgment. Jaha's skill gets cancelled straight up, something's interfering with his power, and he looks shocked. The energy from the scale is still surging, but it's being blocked. It's like an invisible force is pushing back. The scale stabilizes and Jaha's getting a notification. Apparently, a constellation is stopping him. This demonic judge of fire is covering their ears, looking in pain, but they are the ones halting Jaha's attack. Uriel is losing it, bro. She's covering her ears and tears are streaming down her face. She's seriously distressed. She's begging for it to stop, clutching at her head, and the blue energy surrounding her is intense. Jaha is furious, his eye is glowing red and cracks are spreading across his face. This dude is about to explode. He grips his sword and the energy around him intensifies. A dark aura starts to envelop him. The constellation is still blocking his attack and Uriel is a total mess. She's utterly devastated. Jaha is radiating pure rage and honestly, this whole situation is a wild power struggle. The demonic judge of fire lays down an insane ultimatum. If Jaha doesn't take the hit, they die. This dude Jaha is straight up refusing. He says Uriel has already seen enough deaths. Uriel's begging him to do what's right, but Jaha just explodes with power, cracks forming all over. He unleashes a massive attack, but the constellation is still blocking it, and Uriel is losing it, shaking and crying. The force of the attack sends debris flying, and the whole place is collapsing around them. It's chaos. Jaha is absolutely relentless, launching another wave of energy, but Uriel is just utterly broken. Uriel clutches at her head, and it's clear she's completely overwhelmed by the pain and despair. She's falling apart, bro. The blue energy around her flickers as she struggles to hold on. And honestly, the desperation in her eyes is heartbreaking. She's really giving everything she has. Kaboom, straight up everything explodes as the 73rd Demon King goes off. Things are getting intense. Our boy and his companion are running for their lives, dodging debris from the massive blast. It's a total mess. She's clearly terrified, bracing for another attack, but this dude is about to level up, big time. The 73rd Demon King is transforming, wings erupting from his back, and honestly, it's terrifying. She's looking up at the monstrous figure, completely freaked out, and we get a glimpse of the scale of this thing. He's getting cracked and broken. It looks agonizing, but it's part of the transformation, apparently. More cracks appear, spreading across his body, and bro is seriously starting to look like a demon himself. It's all cracking and breaking. The transformation is pushing his body to its absolute limit, no doubt. But hold up, a notification pops up saying his body is becoming harder, which, okay, that's useful. And just like that, horns sprout, eyes glow red, and this dude is now fully embracing the demonic power. No way. He's fully transformed now, wings spread and straight up unleashing a wave of power. A massive chunk of debris comes flying toward him, but he barely reacts. This dude is different. Someone in silver armor is charging in, looking like they're about to attack, but it's kinda hard to see. The 73rd Demon King deflects the attack with a flap of his wings, sending the knight stumbling. He's spinning around, launching a devastating attack with his blade. It's a whirlwind of red energy. The knight's armor is getting cracked and splintered, but they're still standing somehow. Our boy is blocking the attack, but the force is incredible. His arm is taking a beating. He's getting sliced up, but his body is hardening, adapting. It's a brutal exchange. The knight is using some kind of energy to boost their attack, but it's not enough. He counters with a swift strike of his own, and honestly, the knight looks completely stunned. He's pushing forward, ignoring the pain, and honestly, this dude is a machine. But the knight is unleashing a burst of red energy, and it's straight up exploding around him. He's taking a beating, covered in cuts, but he just grunts and keeps moving forward, no selling. He manages a counterattack, and the knight actually stumbles back, surprised by the force. The knight tries to recover, but our boy is relentless, pushing through the pain and landing another hit. He's getting desperate, yelling just a little more while blood streams down his face, intense. The 73rd Demon King unleashes another blast, and the knight's armor is cracking. It's not holding. However, the knight isn't down yet. They're swinging their weapon with everything they've got. The force of the blow is insane, sending cracks spreading across the entire area. Everything's breaking. The ground is shattering, debris is flying, and it's a total chaotic mess. This is getting crazy. He takes another step, crushing the ground, and the knight's defenses are completely shattering. No joke. But wait, a nameless constellation is watching their own incarnation. That's a little creepy, right? The knight is down on one knee, defeated, while a blonde-haired guy looks absolutely terrified. This is bad. Our boy's wings are spread wide, and he's looming over the knight, looking straight up demonic with those horns. He's staring down at the blonde, and honestly, the look on his face is chilling, pure intensity. Ground is completely wrecked, covered in debris, and it looks like a battlefield, total destruction. He's got the knight pinned, gripping his face, and cracks are spreading across his own hand. This is intense. Suddenly, we see a group of people, his allies, looking on in shock and concern. It's a full-on rescue mission. However, he just tightens his grip and his expression is unreadable. He's totally focused on finishing this. He's whispering something, his voice filled with a dark power, and the knight is about to get it. This is it. He's squeezing the knight's face, cracking his own hand. It's brutal, but he's not letting up. The knight is absolutely wrecked, but Guillaume shouts at him to get up. They have a job to do. The knight's face is a mess of tears and pain, but something's changing in his eyes, a new fire. Those eyes are glowing gold, and his expression turns fierce. This dude is about to snap. He's channeling insane power, and it's radiating outwards, distorting everything around them. A massive, swirling vortex of golden energy is forming, and it's growing fast. This is seriously dangerous. The vortex is taking shape, revealing what looks like a gigantic, curved blade of pure energy. He unleashes the blade, and it's slicing through the air with unbelievable speed and power. The blade cuts through everything, and a monstrous roar echoes. Something huge just went down. But wait, it's not a monster, it's the dragon, sliced clean in half. No way that just happened. He's absorbing the dragon's power, straight up draining it, and it's visibly hurting him. Look at his face. But the 73rd Demon King is changing. His body is twisting, growing monstrous wings and horns. His eye is glowing orange, and cracks are spreading across his skin. This transformation is intense. He's fully transformed now, a terrifying figure with massive wings, and everyone is scared stiff. Tier 2 Chimera Dragon is actually terrified of this dude, and the caption confirms it. Oh no, he's grabbing Guillaume, and it looks like he's biting him. What is happening? Guillaume is screaming, but our boy isn't letting go. This is getting seriously messed up. And now the knight is crying, absolutely devastated, but he's also starting to understand. He's finally realizing the truth, understanding the power and pain. It's a huge moment for him. He lets out a massive roar, a primal scream of acceptance, and honestly, it's bone-chilling. Okay, so things are insane right now. The Demon King is unleashing a massive attack, and it's straight up apocalyptic. But our boy Dokja is activating his guardian ability, trying to shield everyone, and the power-up is intense. He's absorbing all this chaotic energy, and honestly, it looks like it's tearing him apart from the inside. The others, Yoon Yi, Soyeon, they're all watching, completely horrified as Dokja takes the brunt of it. They're desperate trying to help, but the energy is just too much, and they're getting knocked back. Soyeon and Yoon Yi are seriously injured, barely able to stand, but they refuse to give up on Dokja. Dokja's power is surging, and he's starting to transform, becoming something else, something beyond human. He's leaping into the chaos, a whirlwind of power, attempting to redirect the Demon King's attack. However, it's not just about defense. He's going on the offensive, charging straight at the Demon King himself. This dude is risking everything, and it's a total nail-biter moment. Will Dokja be able to pull this off? Dokja and the Demon King clash. It's a full-on sword fight, and the energy is exploding everywhere. He's dodging, weaving, and countering, but the Demon King is relentless, pushing Dokja back. Dokja's body is clearly struggling, feathers falling off him, but he refuses to yield. This dude is going all out, unleashing everything he has, but the Demon King is still standing. He's taking a beating, but Dokja's eyes are locked on the Demon King, determination blazing. Dokja unleashes another attack, a blinding wave of energy. It's a desperate gamble. The Demon King blocks, and the impact sends shockwaves ripping through the area. No way. But Dokja isn't backing down. He's pushing forward, relentlessly attacking. He's using everything he learned from the novel, predicting the Demon King's moves. Dokja lands a hit, a powerful strike, and the Demon King actually stumbles, huge. Dokja's sword cracks under the Demon King's power, but our boy doesn't flinch. He's still attacking. The Demon King sends Dokja flying, smashing through pillars, and honestly, it looks brutal. He lands hard, wings spread, and tries to get up, but he's clearly exhausted and injured. Dokja pushes himself to his feet, huffing and panting, refusing to stay down. This dude is relentless. He's staring down the Demon King, sword raised, but the Demon King is straight up denying everything. The Demon King claims he doesn't know what Dokja is talking about, but Dokja calls his bluff immediately. Dokja accuses the Demon King of pretending, saying he's been avoiding something on purpose. The tension is real. He reveals the Demon King is avoiding using something and threatens that using it would prevent resurrection. But the Demon King insists he needs to use it, and Dokja looks absolutely furious. Oh no. Dokja takes a step forward, a single determined step, and the showdown continues. It's getting intense. Dokja's wielding a sword he got after beating Yamada no Orochi, and honestly, it's terrifying. Constellations are freaking out, demonic judge of fire is despairing, and the prisoner of the golden headband sighs. Dokja swings and the Demon King blocks, but the sword's power is clearly affecting him. The Demon King's not confident his attack power can even kill Dokja. That's a bad sign. He admits he's been holding back, but claims he has to use his full power now. The Demon King's about to unleash something huge, but Dokja thinks it'll prevent resurrection. He's bracing for the attack, knowing if that sword connects, he'll lose all his remaining lives. The Demon King swings, a blinding flash of light, and it's straight up heading for Dokja. We see a glimpse of someone crying, "No way is that." The attack lands and everything goes white. This is intense, we don't know what's happened. Dokja just takes the hit for someone else. No way, he's risking everything. A new power activates, Will of Sacrifice, and it's boosting the party's attack power. This dude is straight up sacrificing himself so his friends can fight. Talk about a team player. Someone thanks Dokja, but honestly, it feels too late for gratitude. But here's the kicker, the Demon King is about to be consumed by the scenario itself. A massive, shadowy figure appears, and the probability of the scenario taking control of his body is rising. The Demon King is losing control, and the scenario is manifesting as this creepy, winged monster. We get a flash of a prophecy, Dokja Kim will be driven to death by the one he loves most. What? Dokja's just standing there looking defeated and alone. This is heartbreaking. Our boy is completely broken, and it's clear this whole situation is way bigger than we thought. Whoa, hold up, constellations are watching Dokja now, demonic judge of fire, prisoner of the golden headband. It's getting creepy. More constellations join the surveillance. Abyssal Black Flame Dragon and God of Naval Warfare are all over this, and it's stressing me out. Dokja sees flashes of the past, a scientist, and then a premonition. He realizes the stories unfolding are literally going to destroy him. Our boy is straight up doomed according to some prophecy, and he looks totally broken. This is a brutal reveal, honestly. A player just clears the 10th main scenario, which is huge news, and sends out a system-wide announcement. Our team finally finishes the 10th scenario too, unlocking the path to escape the Soul Dome, finally. Everyone's hyped, but they immediately start asking where Dokja is, and it's clear something's wrong. A mysterious figure with a sword appears, and honestly, he's giving off major villain vibes right now. They're all pointing toward the exit, and the group is ready to bail, but the tension is thick. The dome starts to crumble and fall apart around them, revealing a crazy, distorted cityscape. The city's bathed in a weird red light, and it's a seriously unsettling sight. It's like something out of a nightmare. Everyone stares in shock, but the woman with the ponytail is clearly focused on something, scanning the crowd. She spots something or someone, and her expression turns from concern to straight-up terrified. The group is desperate to know what happened to Dokja, and the atmosphere is just pure panic right now. Okay, so things are falling apart fast. Constellations are going into despair, and Abyssal Black Flame Dragon is straight-up lying down. Everyone's freaking out because they remember Dokja saying he'd never die, but now, it doesn't look good. God of Alcohol and Ecstasy is staring into the abyss, which is never a good sign, honestly. The constellations of the Korean peninsula swear to remember someone's name. It's a really dramatic moment. Yoongyok thinks if he regresses now, he can fix things, but he's worried Dokja won't even be there after. Someone tells Yoongyok to get a grip, but he's convinced repeating everything won't actually help. He thinks he can just rewind and change things, but the group is starting to see how messed up that is. Young-hyuk is spiraling, thinking if Dokja isn't around after the regression, everything will be pointless. But honestly, this dude is stuck in a loop of his own making, and it's frustrating to watch. Someone tells him to stop fooling himself, repeating things won't magically fix everything, bro. Yo, so someone Lee Seolwa and Lee Jae-hai is laying down some serious truth for Young-hyuk. Dokja is gone, expelled from the scenario. They explain that once you're kicked out, there's no coming back and no one survives that fate, not even constellations or incarnations. But Young-hyuk is not hearing it, demanding to know what happened to our boy Dokja, refusing to accept this reality. Seolwood drops a bomb. Dokja was expelled, meaning he's probably dead and she can't confirm if he's even alive. Jihai tries to snap everyone back to focus, telling them to prioritize the current scenario instead of obsessing over Dokja, but it's falling on deaf ears. She insists they haven't fully escaped this mess and dwelling on the past won't help them survive right now. Meanwhile, a small, creepy creature is observing everyone, and it realizes they are all mourning Dokja's death. This little dude, seriously, look at him, is straight up judging their grief like, oh, now you care. He says they should just live the life they have now, like Dokja's fate doesn't matter to them at all. The group is clearly devastated, and honestly, who can blame them? Dokja was the glue holding everything together. Okay, so a giant blue message appears. Seoul Dome is closing and everyone needs to escape in 12 hours or DIE. No pressure. Everyone gets a glowing blue arrow pointing the way, and Young-hyuk is visibly annoyed, muttering "dang it" under his breath. He tells them to move and the group starts following the arrow, but it's a seriously cracked and broken path. They're moving fast, but the scene is bleak, just rubble and a ton of shadowy figures watching them. Seol will look super stressed, scanning the surroundings while everyone else keeps running forward. Someone is rocking some questionable footwear, flip-flops, in the middle of an apocalypse. Seriously. The group continues to push forward, surrounded by more and more shadowy figures. It's creepy AF. A woman in a red robe appears among the shadows, looking imposing and, well, honestly, kinda regal. The group stops before her, forming a line, and the tension is thick. What is she even doing there? Seolwa steps forward, looking determined, and it's clear she's about to confront whoever this is. Young-hyuk stops everyone and straight up demands to know what's going on with Dokja. Where is our boy? He's intense, staring down whoever knows something and doesn't care who it is. This woman, Young-hyuk, is laying down the law, telling them not to waste the chance Dokja gave them. Young-hyuk's gaze is locked on someone in the crowd, and it's clear he's not thrilled. He starts walking forward, cracking the frozen ground with every step. This dude means business. The group is following him, looking worried, while shadowy figures close in from all sides. Young-hyuk keeps pushing ahead, ignoring everyone, and honestly, it's kinda intimidating. He mutters "I" like he's about to reveal something huge, but gets cut off. The group is right behind him and the tension is so high, this is not going to end well. However, it looks like Young-hyuk is about to tell them what he knows, and it's a big deal. Okay, so Young-hyuk finally spills it. He saw a future where Dokja died, and it was because of Shin Yusung. Everyone is shook, especially Yusung, who's denying it like it's going out of style. But Young-hyuk doubles down, saying Yusung's presence is a disaster waiting to happen, no way around it. Yusung gets super defensive, claiming she's been helping, but Young-hyuk isn't buying it for a second. Then, out of nowhere, Yusung just leaves, straight up turns and walks away from the group. The group is stunned, and honestly, it's a little awkward. She's leaving them in the middle of everything. But hold up, a giant blue beam shoots down from the sky and the city is getting wrecked. Okay, so Young-hyuk is laying it all out. He's seen multiple futures and Dokja always dies in them. It's wild. Dokja walks the streets of Seoul, totally lost in thought about everything that's happened recently. Everywhere he goes, he's seeing places from the scenario, places where he fought alongside his friends. But it hits him, he's now a part of the TWSA, the organization that controls all the scenarios, and he fully lived through the story. He tries to figure out how much time has passed since everything went down, but no one is around to answer. And then things get seriously messed up because the system is straight up telling him his body is destroyed. This dude doesn't even have a body anymore, he's just a collection of incomplete stories, no way. He's trying to access his powers, but the area he's in is blocking his ability to use his omniscience. Rough. Dokja tries to reconnect with his physical form, but it doesn't work, and he can't even use the channel system. It's bad, bro. The system says he's in extreme danger, and he's totally cut off from everything. Our boy is reeling, realizing the full extent of his situation, and honestly, it looks like he's in deep trouble. Dokja realizes he's not alone. Someone else is aware of the story, and he's wondering what's going on. This mysterious guy demands to know how long Dokja plans to keep this up, and it's clear he's annoyed. The narration reveals Dokja was too slow to realize someone was narrating him. Wait, what? Turns out it's the Great Fourth Wall, and it's been narrating everything, but it's cracking under the strain. The Fourth Wall is furious with Dokja, blaming him for everything, and it's seriously unhinged right now. It threatens to shut off Dokja's skills if he doesn't stop, and honestly, this is getting intense. Dokja's starting to freak out, wondering if he should just give up. No way, our boy won't go down like that. The Fourth Wall suddenly goes silent, and Dokja is left staring at the emptiness, totally shocked. But then the system announces the Fourth Wall has become a personal skill, a skill that's gone silent. Dokja wants to be left alone, but now he's got a silent skill and a whole lot of questions, and we're left on a cliffhanger. Dokja is straight up collapsing, gasping for air like someone squeezing the life out of him. He's struggling to breathe, feeling like his lungs are collapsing. It's seriously terrifying. Dokja clutches at his chest, and honestly, it looks like he's about to flatline. The system announces that everyone, even constellations, is having their stories damaged. It explains all beings breathe through their stories, which means if the stories vanish, they vanish too. This dude is realizing the Fourth Wall isn't just messing with him, it's a fundamental rule of existence. He remembers the Fourth Wall babbling. It was trying to keep him alive by telling him stories. Dokja understands now, the Fourth Wall was narrating him to keep him from disappearing. It's all falling apart, and the system warns his existence is nearing extinction. No pressure. Dokja's hand glitches with static, and he's desperately trying to hold on. This is insane. Dokja's losing it. He screams at the Fourth Wall, calling it a fool, and honestly, it's a mood. He realizes he wouldn't have survived this scenario without the Fourth Wall, and it hits him hard. The Fourth Wall actually responds, and it's ominous. It can't protect him much longer. Suddenly, a plausibility storm erupts around him, and it's straight up terrifying, lightning everywhere. The system explains the storm is a natural consequence of the Fourth Wall's issues and can only be neutralized by a constellation. Dokja's getting tossed around, the railing behind him collapses, and it's a total disaster. He manages to steady himself, but it's clear this storm is seriously messing with everything. Someone asks if that thing was the Fourth Wall, and Dokja confirms no way around it. He's bracing himself, and the whole scene is just intense, leaving us hanging on the edge of our seats. Okay, so shadowy figures are swarming the subway station. They look like sentient dust bunnies, no joke. Dokja's mind is racing, and he realizes these are the cleaners, meaning the scenario's cleanup has begun. He thinks fast, understanding the horizon's demons are coming next, and someone's already reading his mind. Creepy. Dokja's surrounded by that weird energy again, and the Fourth Wall's apparently impressed by his deduction skills. He scans the station, spotting signs for Yuljiro 3ga and Dongguk University. It's all so familiar. He's checking the bus route numbers, and it's clear he's looking for something specific within this chaotic station. Dokja's feet are glowing, and he starts moving with purpose. He's got a plan, and it involves the subway. He's practically sprinting through the wreckage, dodging debris, and making a beeline for the train platform. Platform is trashed, but Dokja doesn't even flinch. This dude is a pro at navigating disaster zones. He stands before the train, and it's a total cliffhanger. What's he gonna do? This is intense. Okay, so these demons aren't the big boss level types, but they're still demons, and that's concerning. They're obsessed with stories, craving them just as much as the Dakibai, but also despise them. It's a weird dynamic. Apparently, these demons hang out at the edge of stories, and if you get kicked out of a scenario, they are the only ones who can help. This dude's been expelled, so he's relying on their mercy, which sounds less than ideal, honestly. And boom, he meets one of them, an old man with a lantern, looking straight up creepy in the ruins. But get this, the man's eye glows, and he tries to read our boy's information, but it doesn't work. What is going on? He calls our boy out for being behind the times, which is rude considering the circumstances. The old man flinches and asks if he knew he was coming, and our boy just casually replies, "I did." Smooth. However, the old man isn't impressed. He seems to know a lot more than he's letting on. And just when you think things are weird enough, the man's eye flashes and he can't read our boy's info, no way. Okay, so the demon straight up claims there's a version of him from a parallel dimension sending souls here. Wild. He's obsessed with this soul, saying it belongs to him, and honestly, it's super creepy. Our boy denies knowing anything about it, but the demon isn't buying it, demanding he return whatever he has. Suddenly, this glowing egg appears, and it's not just any egg. It contains Yuseum Shin from Young-hyuk's 41st round. This is huge. Apparently, a parallel version of him sent Yuseum Shin here, and the demon wants him back. The demon's all like, "If you want to play games," and it's clear things are about to get messy. He asks to speak to Yuseum directly, saying she has free will, which is a good call, honestly. The demon says Yuseum thinks he's her owner, but wants to know what she thinks. Major power move. Hold up, the demon's hand starts glowing, and he's clearly about to do something crazy. He's reaching for the egg, and it's a full-on showdown. This is getting intense, bro. Our boy lays down the law: souls can't be owned, and stories aren't possessions, period. The demon king of salvation is not amused and thinks this dude is trying to bargain. However, this isn't a negotiation. He wants the egg, and he wants it now. The old man steps in, saying our boy doesn't understand how deals work and refuses to hand her over. He straight up says he needs Yuseum, and the demon is starting to get really annoyed. The demon scoffs, telling the old man he has no clue how valuable this egg truly is. But the old man insists he does know. Apparently, the beings who sent Yuseum here are powerful. Our boy is holding the glowing egg, and it's radiating insane energy. This is seriously intense. The demon asks if that's why our boy wants the egg too, and honestly, it's a pretty good question. The egg is pulsing with light like it's about to explode. Something big is definitely happening here. Okay, so the demon is laying down the law. He wants to destroy the world of the Dokubai, no questions asked. But our boy straight up says he's going to do it too, and the demon is actually intrigued. The demon's face cracks into a creepy grin, and he admits he likes this dude's audacity. The old man's eyes glow, and it's clear he's realizing just how dangerous this situation is. Turns out the Wenny men operate where the Dokubai can't. They're like a black market for scenarios. The demon lays out the deal. Our boy wants to go back to a scenario and get a new body. The old man nods, confirming the terms. It's happening, bro. But there's a price, of course, and the demon is radiating pure menace while asking for it. Demon's hand looms over our boy, and honestly, it's super unsettling. No way, the demon actually likes our boy and is grinning like a maniac. This is getting wild. The demon demands the egg, but our boy refuses. He's got other plans. He's not giving up the egg and instead offers the demon stories. What is happening? A blue screen erupts, displaying a list of insane scenarios. This dude has lived some lives. The titles are wild. King of the world without a king, the one who hunted the king of catastrophes. Seriously. The demon is floored, and honestly, he's kinda impressed by the sheer scope of these stories. He asks if these stories are all our boy has to offer, but it's a trick question, obviously. Demon realizes our boy isn't just offering stories. He's got a whole library of experience. He expects these stories to be amazing, and it's clear he's already hooked, the old manipulator. The demon asks if that's enough instead of the egg, and it's a total power move. He's choosing one, but will it be enough to satisfy the demon's insatiable hunger for tales? The demon asks if that's all our boy has, but it's a setup. He's testing him. Bro straight up wants a birth story. Our boy refuses to give it up, declaring it's his origin story, and no way is he handing that over. He offers the demon king of salvation instead, but it might demote him. Talk about a high-stakes trade. Our boy asks if the demon would give it up if he were in the same spot, and honestly, that's a savage move. Okay, so things are bad. The star stream, some super powerful entity, is straight up ignoring Dokja like he doesn't even exist. Then, out of nowhere, the star stream sees him. It's a total shift, and we're left wondering what triggered it. Dokja's getting ripped apart, no exaggeration. He's falling through something, and it's glitching like a broken video game. He plummets past starry skies, but the reality around him is dissolving into static. It's a wild visual, honestly. He crashes into a ruined city, and it's clear this isn't a normal fall. He's being actively torn apart by something. The star stream is laying it out. Dokja needs a new body, a new incarnation, or he's toast. No pressure, right? And to add to the chaos, his birth story, whatever that means, is leaking out like his very existence is unraveling. He's trying to hold on, desperately trying to find a new vessel, but his current form is failing fast. Dokja's really hurting, and he knows if he doesn't find a way to stabilize himself, it's all over. He's basically begging for a new body, realizing the stakes are higher than ever. This dude is in a serious bind. Dokja's reaching for anything, trying to pull himself together, but his body is disintegrating around him. He sees bits and pieces of other people scattered around. They're also falling apart, just like him. He shouts, demanding to know what's happening, but the star stream just drops another bomb. Finding components is key. Dokja's hands glow as he desperately tries to grasp at the fracturing energy around him. It's a last-ditch effort. But the star stream is cold. Acquiring these components is his problem, not theirs, seriously. A voice booms, offering a blessing, but Dokja's not having it. He's yelling for them to wait, refusing to give up. He's scrambling, trying to gather the fractured energy, a desperate attempt to rebuild himself. No way. He's starting to pull it together, and honestly, it's looking like it might actually work, a glimmer of hope. Dokja's body is reforming, crackling with power, but he's still so fragile, it's intense. Our boy is standing, battered but not broken, and he's ready to face whatever comes next, straight up. Dokja's expression shifts, his panic fading as he regains control. Something's changing inside him. He's trying to hide his true goal, but it's a tough act, and he's clearly struggling to keep it together. Dokja crumples to the ground, overwhelmed, energy crackling all over his body. It's a brutal scene. He straightens up, mumbling to himself, trying to regain composure after that near collapse. No way. This is rough, he mutters, realizing the one man, whoever that is gone, and it hits him hard. He snaps, yelling, "Shut up, bro," is seriously not dealing with whatever voice is bothering him. Dokja reveals he needed to conceal coming here, claiming it was his true goal all along. What's he planning? But honestly, it's a bit suspicious. This dude is definitely hiding something big, and it's building. He's clearly regrouping, regaining his focus, but there's a dangerous edge to him now, straight up. Dokja is pushing through the pain, regaining his composure, but something tells me this is just the beginning. Dokja's in the 73rd demonic realm, and it's a total wasteland, totally wrecked, bro. He's in his 111th round, which means he's been through this a lot, but something feels different. Dokja is pushing through the pain, and he needs to quickly get an incarnation. It's urgent. He's analyzing the area, deciding if this is the right place to regain his power, but it's eerie. He doesn't see a good outcome here, and honestly, this place just feels wrong. But then he activates his attribute effect, and golden energy explodes around him. It's intense. Everything freezes, and you can see the power surging through Dokja. It's a serious transformation. He's getting a massive power boost, but it's clearly agonizing, and he's barely holding on. Dokja's eyes glow, and he's absorbing the energy. This dude is straight up evolving. This power-up is huge, but it's a desperate gamble, and we have no clue what it'll cost him. Dokja's attribute is working, and he's searching for story fragments within this ruined city. It's like he's scavenging for power. He finds them, glowing orbs scattered amongst the wreckage, and the system confirms it. Story fragments detected. Golden energy explodes outward as he absorbs these fragments, and honestly, it looks painful as heck. Dokja's body is crackling with power, but he's seeing parts worth using. This is about to get intense. He spots a piece of debris, and for some reason, he's focusing on that. Is this a key fragment? He's analyzing it, thinking maybe, and it's building suspense. Bro, what's so special about this piece? Dokja declares he'll start with this fragment, and energy surges into his hand. He's about to absorb it. He touches the wood, and we get a close-up. It's got some kind of strange pattern carved into it. This dude is really digging into the fragments, and it's clearly changing him. This power-up is legit. But hold up, this isn't just about power, it's about rebuilding, restructuring his very being. A horde of reporters swarms the scene, yelling at someone to open up. It's intense. They're pushing and shoving, desperate for a story, and it's straight up chaotic. Someone is using a walkie-talkie, coordinating the press, and the tension is building. Dokja, looking exhausted, admits he hasn't had a proper bed or blanket in ages. Rough life, bro. However, he's clearly been through worse, and this exhaustion feels different. Okay, so Dr. Kim is wandering through this totally wrecked ancient ruin. It's like a steampunk graveyard. Everything's broken and dusty, with these weird metal pipes everywhere. Honestly, a total mess. But our boy is straight up glowing with power, cracks of energy all over him, and he's got this intense look on his face. He's muttering to himself, telling whoever or whatever not to copy him, then spots something on the ground. Dokja decides he needs to pick up this little metal piece, saying it's comforting he's not just talking to the air. He's exhausted, admitting he's sleepy, but keeps pushing forward, needing someone to listen. He says talking makes things easier, which is concerning considering who he's probably talking to. However, things get real when the system alerts him. The stories he's absorbed are conflicting with each other. It's linked to fragments from Lamarck's giraffe, and Dokja is clearly digging into some seriously dangerous stuff. Then no way, he's holding a glowing, broken heart, the ruined heart of a young gold dragon, and it explodes with power. Dokja's new body is forming, and the system says it's delaying his total destruction. Thank goodness for that. But it's freezing, and this dude is shivering, saying it's a bit chilly, which is a huge understatement. Wait a sec, he thinks it's warming up and then realizes someone is talking to him. Seriously creepy. The system chimes in, revealing his story is now being created on Earth. What is happening? It turns out Lamarck's giraffe doesn't absorb negative traits, which is good, honestly, but it's not the best at grabbing stories. However, it also doesn't absorb negative story traits, which might be a lifesaver for Dokja right now. This is huge. The torn apart part of the otherworld god wasn't absorbed, and it's messing with everything. Apparently, since Lamarckian inheritance isn't widely accepted, it's less effective at absorbing things but still useful. A shadowy figure looms over a bewildered Dokja, and it's making our boy seriously question things. He's completely confused, asking as he stares up at this mysterious person. This is getting intense. Dokja wonders who's behind all this but doubts it's Yoon Yuyak. He's clearly following the same path as before. He's approaching a scenario area, a massive, broken industrial complex, and the system is pinging him. Dokja is walking straight into it, saying he needs to grab the scenario of the demon realm, no hesitation at all. But a new character suddenly appears and the whole story's viewpoint shifts. What is going on? A little kid is charging at him with a sword, yelling Dokja Kim, and honestly, Dokja is just annoyed they can't get his name right. The crowd is going wild, but Dokja is just internally screaming about the mispronunciation. Priorities, man. He's taking the same route Yoon Yuyak did, hoping everything goes according to plan, but something feels off. Suddenly, Dokja's body jolts and he's visibly shaken. Whatever is happening, it's catching him off guard. The route is the same, but something is definitely wrong and the story is changing. This is not good. He's standing there completely bewildered as his body starts to quiver. This is a major turning point. I can feel it. Dokja is cradling this cosmic egg, wondering what to name the being inside when he hears a rustle. Something's not right. He whips around and this dude is immediately on edge. A noise in this ruined city is never good news. What's that? He asks, cautiously approaching a crumbling wall, and the rustling gets louder. It's definitely close. Dokja peeks around the corner and straight up, someone is holding a glowing flower, but the hand, it's not human. The hand belongs to a massive, shadowy figure, and they're gently holding this beautiful flower over a sleeping person. Creepy vibes. But wait, the flower isn't just pretty, it's emitting energy, seemingly protecting the sleeping person, and the figure doesn't seem hostile. The figure carefully places the flower on the person's chest, and Dokja realizes this isn't an attack, it's protection. He scans the landscape, noticing more people scattered amongst the ruins, and a voice echoes. An industrial complex is nearby. Dokja is looking down from above, observing the scene. It's a massive, desolate area filled with rubble and shadowy figures. He spots multiple people moving around, but one of them is clearly injured, and honestly, this whole situation is super unsettling. Dokja learns there's a plant grinding up broken story fragments near a residential area. Super weird, right? Someone identifies the closest industrial complex as Siswitz and orders another character to hurry with fuel collection. A hulking figure grunts, and honestly, this guy looks angry, like seriously intense. Suddenly, a notification pops up. Attribute Demon King candidate has been activated. What is happening? Blinding flash erupts from Dokja and his eyes glow red. Our boy is changing and it's intense. He's shocked by this sudden transformation, but the energy is still surging and the hulking figure reacts. The hulking figure grunts again, clearly affected by whatever just happened to Dokja. This is escalating fast. Dokja's face is contorted and he's clearly in pain, but he forces out the words, "I want to stop." Everyone around him is stunned. What? They ask, completely confused by his outburst. He desperately pleads, "Please, kill me, please. No way, this is a total curveball." Dokja reveals a terrifying truth. These beings remember no one and nobody remembers them. Talk about a bleak existence. He's standing before this group of forgotten monsters and a mysterious man in white, and it's straight up creepy. Dokja suddenly begs to be killed, which is a total left turn, but it's clear something is horribly wrong with him. Cracks are spreading across his face. Our boy is falling apart and it looks incredibly painful, honestly. Okay, so things are wild. We're getting a full-on aerial view of this city called Skyline. Apparently, it's a place where steam engines just casually roll down the main road. No big deal. This city is a total melting pot of cultures and classes, but honestly, constellations barely notice it. It's a haven for those living outside the main scenario, a weird kind of refuge, you know. We find out there in an industrial complex, straight up in the 73rd Demon Realm. Talk about a change of scenery. Our boy is tiptoeing through this place, and it's exactly as the novel described it, which is kinda creepy. Everyone's chatting about how the demon realm is way worse than the human world. High praise, honestly. They're all questioning how terrible the human world was, but our boy Dokja's just smirking. Dokja casually drops that he knows this info from TWSA, the novel, and then he just starts destroying stuff. He's unleashing power, and it looks like he's ready to throw down, which, honestly, is what we expect from this dude. Dokja's realizing he needs to speed things up, but he's also fighting off sleep. No way he can focus right now. He's muttering about being sleepy, and then his fourth wall skill just silences. That's weird. Sparks are flying everywhere as Dokja starts to move, and the other guys are totally freaking out. They recognize him. They're yelling exile and panicking, but Dokja's already a blur, moving faster than anyone can react. He's straight up dashing through them, leaving trails of sparks and confusion. Total chaos. Dokja's body is glitching out like he's breaking apart, but he's pushing through it. This dude is determined. He's running towards this massive steam engine, and honestly, it looks like it's about to explode. Our boy is gaining serious speed, and the engine's getting closer. This is gonna be a wild ride. He's practically flying now, leaving everyone in the dust, and it's clear he's got a plan. Dokja's foot is tearing up the floor, and he's absolutely hauling towards whatever's next. Everyone's buzzing about a magic locomotive. Apparently, it signals the return of the Demon King. No big deal, right? People are saying the realm hasn't seen a Demon King in thousands of years, but an oracle predicts one is coming. The Dukes are already scheming, assuming they'll be the new Demon King. Talk about overconfidence. Dokja overhears all this and is like, who cares? But then he realizes this could actually be important. He's muttering about needing to hurry, but the others think he's just lost it. They have no clue. Someone mentioned seeing the train pass by a lot lately, and it's starting to freak people out. Dokja is seriously glitching out. His body's breaking apart, but he's still pushing forward, refusing to stop. He's barreling toward the train, and it's gaining speed. This is insane. He's a human rocket. Dokja's foot is ripping up the tracks as he gains even more speed. This dude is a force of nature. He's about to collide with the train, and honestly, we're bracing for impact. This is gonna be epic. Dokja's practically bursting with energy, and he's laying down the law. There are only 3 classes right now. But if a Demon King shows up, everything changes and the power system is gonna crumble, apparently. This dude is determined to become that Demon King, and he's got a terrifying vision to prove it. He survived the demon realm, which is a huge win, and someone's offering him info in exchange for help. The request, find a clock shop called Etika, sounds like a weird scavenger hunt, honestly. Turns out Etika is where you get what you really want, and Dokja is zeroing in on it. He's starting to piece things together, and he's realizing that making a Demon King is the whole point. Dokja is still glitching out, but he's pushing through it. This guy is seriously unbreakable. However, he's figured out why he came to the demon realm in the first place. It's all connected. Dokja's practically glowing, and he's announcing that he survived. This is a turning point, no way. Dokja's running, desperately searching, and straight up admits he doesn't even have a phone. Rough. He bumps into someone and it's Junhyuk, but it looks like the collision is making Dokja's condition worse. Another person is there and Dokja's power is glitching out. Cracks are spreading all over his coat. Dokja stumbles again, bumping into someone else, and a cookie falls from their hands. What is happening? He's now surrounded and it's getting chaotic. Everyone's bumping into each other. It's a mess. A cookie falls right on Dokja's chest, and he's staring at it like it holds all the answers. Focus on Yujin's eye. She's staring intently, and her gaze is intense, bro. Dokja is trying to figure out what's going on, but he's seriously losing control of his powers. He's surrounded by people, and the cracks on his coat are spreading faster. This is not good. Yujin's eye is still locked on Dokja, and it's clear she knows something he doesn't. Yujin's got the package and Dokja's just there looking annoyed. He's clearly not impressed with her apology. This dude is straight up asking if sorry fixes everything, and honestly, it's a fair question given the chaos. She's trying to explain, but Dokja's barely listening. He's focused on a weird mechanical mess of gears and tools. He grabs the package and Yujin's face drops. She's realizing this isn't just about a clumsy bump. Dokja opens the package and it's filled with tools. He's piecing together what's happening, and it's a big reveal. He realizes this is all a setup, a carefully orchestrated plan. Yujin knew exactly what she was doing. Dokja's demanding answers and Yujin's smirking. She's got him right where she wants him, and it's unsettling. Okay, so these weird beast guys are straight up demanding alien Mackerfield, accept the Duke's offer. It's a last chance, super ominous. Alien's not having it though. She's giving them a serious glare, like try me vibes are radiating off her. Suddenly, someone's rushing into the room, moving fast, and it looks like they're kicking down the door, no less. The door is splintering, but honestly, it's barely slowing this dude down. He's barreling through. The beast guys are turning around, totally shocked, and our mystery man is right there, stepping into the room. He's got a confident swagger, even with all the destruction, and the beast guys are looking at his feet, confused. One of the beast guys demands to know who he is, but this dude just drops a bombshell. He's a customer. The beast guys are even more confused now, asking if he's a citizen. This is getting good, trust me. But wait, the beast guys are still looking at the damage, and you can see the door is completely wrecked. Our boy is all, I'm a customer, but seriously, something's off. He's radiating power, and I don't trust it. Okay, so everyone's talking about taxes. Apparently, it's a big deal in this world, who knew? One of the beast guys tries to stop him, but our boy just brushes past, totally unfazed. He's got this weird energy crackling around him, and honestly, it's kinda scary. He's heading straight for Alien, and the beast guy is desperately trying to intervene, but it's too late. Alien flinches, but she quickly recovers and straight up compliments his products. Smooth, Alien, smooth. He's holding some kind of clock, and Alien is immediately intrigued. She's got a good eye for special items. She asks if he could make one for her, and you can tell she's really hoping he says yes. Alien's eyes are glowing. No way, she's definitely recognizing something about this clock. She's thinking it's a special object, and her expression is intense. This is a huge moment. Alien declares she always does have good taste, and it's clear this clock means something big. Okay, so the beast dude Melon demands 50,000 coins. Talk about a steep price. The blonde guy, seemingly impressed, is all like, wow, you really had 50,000. Sketchy vibes for sure. Things escalate fast as the mysterious stranger unleashes some serious power on the blonde, sparking a magical fight. Melon tries to intervene, shouting, "Who are you?" But this dude is a total powerhouse. We get a close-up of the stranger, and his face is terrifying. Seriously, those teeth. The stranger ignores Melon, and another figure steps in to defend the blonde. It's getting chaotic. Melon yells at the defender, but the stranger cuts him off, shutting him down instantly. Suddenly, we get these notification boxes. Apparently, Demon Count Psylocke is interested in our buy. And even crazier, a personal skill called Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint activates. No way. Stranger's eyes glow bright blue. This dude is unlocking some serious potential, and it's intense. Okay, so this stranger straight up reveals he already knows who everyone thinks he is, a demon king. He's dropping hints about rumors swirling around the Siswit's industrial complex, and it's messing with everyone. The blonde guy, clearly catching on, realizes this isn't just some random noble, it's huge. But then the stranger throws a curveball, saying they've already guessed his identity. What? His eyes glow, and honestly, it's terrifying. This dude is unleashing some serious power. Melon, trying to regain control, asks if he's visiting from the Gylabat industrial complex. Smooth move, bro. The stranger's response, a super condescending question about needing to share his schedule with minions. Melon apologizes, but it's clear he's totally intimidated. This power dynamic is wild. We get a close-up of the stranger, and his attire is immaculate, definitely a high-ranking demon noble. However, the blonde guy's smirk suggests he's playing a game, and he's loving every second of it. The wolf-headed dude and his crew are leaving, and someone apparently collected what they needed. Sketchy. But the wolf dude stops, casually telling the guy they were lucky this time. Major threat vibes. Cut to the industrial complex, and this mysterious stranger is straight up dominating the scene. The blonde guy walks up, all confidence, and asks who this impressive stranger even is. The stranger smirks, and honestly, it's unsettling. He's clearly playing with everyone. Close up on the stranger's face, and it's intense. His eyes are glowing, and he looks powerful. However, the stranger's power is visibly cracking his skin and clothes. Something is wrong. He's literally sparking with energy, and the blonde guy is shocked. This is escalating quickly. The stranger's power surges, and his coat rips open, revealing a totally ripped physique. Whoa. The energy keeps crackling, and the stranger just stands there, radiating power. This dude is a monster. Someone yells at this stranger, saying he's the only one who can do whatever this is. The stranger's body is falling apart, pieces of him shattering. It's seriously messed up. A woman, Aileen Mackerfield, pleads with him to fix whatever's happening, and it's urgent. Someone demands to know who this stranger even is. The tension is so thick right now. Another voice cuts in, claiming this guy has stories that don't add up. Something's fishy. The stranger just stands there, radiating power, and bro, this is getting out of control. Aslan, that blonde dude, straight up asks Dokja if he likes living in the demon realm. Talk about awkward timing, considering Dokja's tied to a bed. Dokja's totally caught off guard, and then BAM, a skill activates, revealing Aslan's full profile. No way. We learn Aslan's real name is Haeyang Jang, and he's 23 years old but looks 15. This dude has layers, apparently. His stats are wild: Dimension Skipper, Homeland Abandoner, and a Mythical Wall Master, plus a bunch of skills like Caustic Tongue and Laziness. Aslan's freaking out, asking how Dokja knows his real name. He's clearly not expecting this kind of intel. Dokja casually drops that he just read it in a profile. Aslan is losing it, and honestly, it's kinda hilarious. Aslan is completely stunned while Dokja is just chilling, looking smug. This dude is a master of psychological warfare. Cut to Dokja at a computer, apparently writing a story and thinking about adding a female character. What's the connection? He remembers a comment he made, and it hits him. If he hadn't written that comment, maybe Aslan wouldn't even know his real name. Dokja's realization is huge. He's starting to piece together how Aslan knows everything, and it all ties back to the novel itself. Dokja explains Aslan is a regressor, someone who can rewind time, and maybe a dimension skipper too. He thinks about a comment he wrote in the novel, realizing it might be the reason Aslan knows so much. Dokja suddenly understands Aslan's knowledge comes from the story itself, and it's all connected. He declares Aslan isn't talentless, just unaware of his potential, and Aslan is shook. Suddenly, Aileen bursts into the room, freaking Aslan out completely. Aileen demands to know what they've done to Dokja, looking straight up furious. Two shadowy figures stand behind Aileen, and Dokja casually guesses they're from the Siswit Civil Council. Dokja shrugs from his bed, seemingly unconcerned with whatever's happening. Aileen and Aslan are both confused, questioning what Dokja even means by that statement. Dokja then drops a bomb. Aslan refused high-ranking positions in the demon realm to come to this border realm. He's ambitious. Okay, so apparently this dude, Aslan, took a trip to the underworld and is totally messed up now. He's asking Dokja for the impossible, but Aileen and Aslan both think he doesn't know what he's doing. Aslan has refused a position in the demon realm 3 times, and Alien warns Dokja he'll drag him away if he keeps saying no. Dokja's like, bring it on, but it's clear he's playing a dangerous game with this guy. Dokja offers to stop Aslan from dragging him away, but Aslan is seriously confused. Who is this guy? Suddenly, a blade appears at Dokja's throat, and it's straight up terrifying. But Dokja isn't scared. He announces he's going to become the 73rd Demon King. No way. The city of the 73rd Demon Realm is huge, and honestly, it looks pretty intimidating. Dokja's notoriety is spreading through the Demon Realm. This dude is becoming a big deal fast. Our boy is officially stepping into the role of a villain, and it's kinda awesome, not gonna lie. Dokja's laying in bed, totally spacing out, and suddenly blurts out, Kim Dokja, what is happening? Everyone, Alien and the Civil Council, is straight up shocked that Dokja knows the Demon King's name. Dokja realizes something is off. Their reaction is different than in the novel, which is super sus. Dokja is getting increasingly frustrated, trying to process why things aren't following the story he knows. He's spiraling a little, and honestly, it's understandable. The whole world is rewriting itself around him. Dokja suddenly remembers something crucial, and his expression changes. He's connecting the dots. He realizes the world isn't just changing, it's actively rejecting his knowledge of the story. Dokja is like, wait a minute, and it's clear he's about to pull some serious strings. Our boy is back in control, determined to take the lead, and things are about to get wild. Dokja's been muttering his name since school, a weird habit he has when stressed or facing something big. He says Yunyokyu out loud, and everyone is freaking out. Apparently the fourth wall just broke. Alien and the Civil Council demand privacy, wanting to talk to Dokja alone, and things are getting intense. Alien corners Dokja, needing to understand what he knows, but he's strapped to the bed, not ideal for a chat. Dokja asks to be released, but Alien doesn't care, pressing him about how he knows she's been treating him. She admits she has no idea what Dokja's thinking, and honestly, she's right. This dude is playing 4D chess. Alien stares him down, sensing something is seriously off, and she's not about to let him get away with anything. Dokja is playing it cool, but Alien sees right through him, realizing he's hiding something major. She questions why he's so strong, suspecting he's far more than he seems, and she's not wrong. Alien is convinced Dokja is likely hiding something huge, and she's determined to uncover the truth. Dokja proposes an oath of existence, straight up demanding they keep everything secret. He says no matter what they discuss, it stays between them, no leaks allowed, period. Blue energy swirls around Dokja as he's restrained, but it's clearly some kind of binding ritual. The oath extends to all the council members who helped him, so Alien can chill. He's got this. Dokja is playing a long game, and honestly, Alien is starting to realize she's way out of her depth. He's using this whole situation to tie everyone together, but we still have no idea what he's planning. This lady is laying down some serious info. The citizens here vividly remember the last person who claimed to be the revolutionary. Her boy is listening, and she warns him not to poke around too much because everyone gets nervous. But he straight up says he can't just wait around. He needs to get his hands on this revolutionary scenario. He's determined to rewrite things to return to the original storyline, whatever that even means at this point. He walks into what looks like a bar, and some dude immediately asks why he hasn't seen him around before. This dude just got here yesterday, which is convenient, honestly. The bartender offers him a drink, but our boy doesn't even like alcohol, which is kinda surprising. The bartender says it's hard to get by in the demon realm without it, and it reminds him of something Mayengo said. He's clearly lost in thought, wondering how Mayengo is doing, which is kinda sad considering. A system message pops up revealing final blow, Mayengo Han, and there's no way to know if he's even alive after this. Okay, so this dude is watching a broadcast, and it's showing Mayengo getting absolutely wrecked. No way. The broadcast shows Mayengo covered in grime and looking totally defeated, and it's rough, man. He hears someone say the scenario is super popular right now, and honestly, it's a death trap. This bartender claims even he could survive that scenario for a bit, which is a bold claim. But then another guy jumps in, saying anyone who goes there is toast by the 5th scenario. Harsh. Our boy is shocked, but Uriel, that's the bartender, just drops a bomb. He already knows how this plays out. Uriel says this is just how the story goes, and then the screen shows a blurry image of Kim Dokja. He says Dokja has seen people die before him, which is a straight-up mind-bender. This dude knows everything. Uriel is dropping hints, and it's clear he's seen this all happen before, like a twisted replay. However, the fact that Uriel already knows the future is seriously unsettling. What's his angle? He's serving a plate of something, and someone at the table straight up asks if it's a joke. This dude is dramatically declaring he doesn't want to be a catastrophe to his homeland. Heavy stuff. He walks past a table of people, and one guy is staring at the food with a super weird look. Someone asks what watching that makes him miss, and the blonde guy looks terrified. He's trying to reassure the blonde guy, saying they don't have to be on guard, just eat together. But the blonde guy is still freaked out and asks if he's finished talking with Aileen. Our boy is giving him a knowing look. It's clear he's playing some kind of game. He's holding the plate of food, and the blonde guy is reacting like it's poison. The blonde guy shouts eek and nearly falls off his chair. This is escalating quickly. However, this dude's calm demeanor is totally unsettling. He's enjoying this way too much. Uriel offers the blonde guy some noodles, and the blonde guy just inhales them, slurp, like he hasn't eaten in days. He finishes the whole bowl and sets it down, declaring he's clean, but Uriel is giving him the look. Uriel asks how the noodles were, and the blonde guy doesn't hesitate. Terrible. No way. Then Uriel casually asks if he's going to show up on screen, and the blonde guy confirms he is. Where, though? Uriel points to the TV, saying he's right there, and the screen shows a broadcast of himself. This is getting weird. The black-haired guy looks absolutely furious at the TV, and honestly, we can see why. Uriel puts a hand to his head, then looks at the blonde guy with a smug grin. This dude is definitely up to something. He's totally messing with the blonde guy, and it's clear he's enjoying every single second of it. Uriel is dropping hints about the future, and the blonde guy is losing it. This is escalating fast. But Uriel is just playing it cool, and that's what's most unsettling. He knows exactly what's happening. Uriel explains that in TWSA, Haeyeon idolizes Younghyuk, and he's hoping to make Younghyuk want to go home. The black-haired guy demands to know why he should meet Younghyuk, and Uriel just says he thinks the guy's interesting. Uriel points at the TV, and it's showing Younghyuk looking all heroic and powerful. This is wild. The black-haired guy is straight up losing it, yelling at Younghyuk to open his eyes, calling him the demon king of salvation. He's completely overwhelmed, and Uriel's just casually watching him freak out. This dude is ruthless. The black-haired guy starts crying, saying he can't stop, and Uriel is just there, watching the drama unfold. Suddenly, a notification pops up, 500 coins received, and a woman asks what's going on, wondering why he's so popular. The black-haired guy is clearly confused about being popular, and Uriel's smirking. Something's definitely brewing. Uriel is still messing with him, and the black-haired guy is still losing it over Younghyuk. This is a roller coaster. But honestly, all this drama is probably exactly what Uriel wanted. This dude is a master manipulator. Our boy is reeling, realizing the author of TWSA changed Younghyuk's gender based on fan comments. No way. Uriel casually asks what it is to him, and honestly, this is getting under our boy's skin. Uriel drops a bomb. The TWSA author reflected all the comments, but then changed just one thing. He's clearly fixated on Younghyuk, and Uriel's just enjoying the show, watching him unravel. Uriel and our boy are now side by side, and it's a tense moment. You can cut the awkwardness with a knife. We get a close-up of their feet, and it's a weird, unsettling detail. What is this foreshadowing? The scene cuts to a bar, and this random guy is polishing glasses, looking all mysterious. A woman asks our boy what's going on, and he just stares blankly. He's completely lost in thought. The mysterious bartender says, "Night's coming," and it's straight up ominous. Something big is about to happen. The bartender gives a creepy smirk, and it's clear he's not just some random guy. This is a setup. Okay, so everyone thinks there's this legendary revolutionary who's a threat to the Duke, but honestly, it's all hype. This dude is plummeting through the city, looking all dramatic, and everyone believes he's the revolutionary, the hope of the people. But hold up, Kim Dokja, our boy, straight up declares he isn't the revolutionary, which is a total shock to everyone. He's an exile from a scenario, which means he's seen some serious stuff and knows this whole revolutionary thing is messed up. Dokja insists no one outside of a scenario can be the revolutionary, but then the system throws a wrench in things. The system announces his declaration has changed the main scenario of the industrial complex. No way, he's impacting the story. We get a quick peek at a guy eating breakfast, looking totally clueless about the chaos unfolding around him. Someone asks Dokja why he revealed himself, and honestly, it's a good question. What's the play here? Dokja drops a bomb. He came forward because if he hadn't, someone else would have died. Talk about a selfless move. He says yes, I am when asked if he's the revolutionary, but he's got a plan, and it's about to get real. Okay, so the system is rewarding Dokja for his courage, giving him the power to really shake things up. The city below glows, and the system announces he's been assigned a temporary position, the self-proclaimed revolutionary. Here's the kicker, if the original revolutionary dies, Dokja takes the title. This is getting wild. Dokja realizes this is likely a limited hidden scenario, easier than the main one, but still dangerous. But before he can even process it, a guy rushes up, demanding to know if he is the revolutionary. This dude doesn't even wait for an answer. He tries to attack Dokja, yelling like a maniac. Dokja's reaction is instant. A terrifying, shadowy aura explodes around him, and this guy is clearly regretting his life choices. We get a glimpse of what's happening. A monstrous, tooth-filled maw of shadow opens up, ready to swallow this poor sap whole. The attack lands swoosh and the guy goes flying, sent hurtling backward with incredible force. Dokja stands there stoic as ever while the attacker crashes into a crowd. That was brutal. Dokja gets a new title, the Night Sacrifice, which sounds ominous to say the least. Suddenly, a shadowy figure with a massive scythe bursts onto the scene, yelling for everyone to get out. People are scrambling, panicking, and straight up running for their lives. It's chaos. The shadowy figure swings, and a wave of dark energy explodes outward with insane force. Dokja barely manages to block the attack, creating a defensive barrier. Our boy is quick. But the force is still massive, sending Dokja tumbling backward through the debris. The shadowy figure's face is revealed, a terrifying, toothy grin under that hood. No way. Dokja's system shows the exile penalty is being partially alleviated, which is good news. He's hurt, but he's already assessing the situation. This dude never stops thinking. Dokja realizes he's not just fighting a monster, but being tied to the original story's plot. The hooded figure is straight up terrifying, wielding that scythe like it's nothing. Suddenly, the whole place is locked down. The system announces this area is temporarily shut off. It says you can't escape the bar, and honestly, that's just rude. Talk about a trap. People are trying to flee, but they're just tiny figures against this massive red barrier. A message flashes, no citizen can stand up to the executioner. Seriously ominous vibes. The executioner swings, and it's a massive, fiery blade. Dokja's about to get sliced. But wait, a man in a white coat, dives in to try and block the attack. He shouts at Dokja to dodge, but bro is already bracing for impact. This is intense. The blade comes down, glowing with energy, and it looks like it's about to connect. The system announces the execution will now be carried out. No escape this time, it seems. Dokja somehow endures the executioner's blow. No way, that thing was massive. The executioner is not impressed, straight up telling Dokja he's not a citizen. System messages flood the screen. Dokja isn't part of the main scenario, he's in exile. But the system immediately reverses. The execution's deadly effect is neutralized. What? Dokja deflects the side with his own weapon, and it sends sparks flying everywhere. A girl in a uniform shouts that Dokja is the revolutionary, and people are starting to notice. Someone asks if he really is the revolutionary, and Dokja just smirks, looking confident. He's standing over the injured girl, and the system announces his contribution to the scenario is increasing. Dokja is changing things, and the executioner looks absolutely furious about it. This dude is playing with fire, but honestly, I'm here for the chaos. Dokja's got a message for the executioner. He's going to kill him, cold-blooded bro. The executioner swings again, but Dokja deflects it, and the system's going wild with notifications. Suddenly, a giant building looms behind Dokja, and it's seriously intimidating, like something out of a steampunk novel. The scene cuts to inside this massive place. It's all gears and fancy metal doors, super extra. Two wolf-headed dudes are pacing around, looking menacing, and they're clearly up to no good. One of them, Demon Count Psylocke, is a total beast, fangs, claws, the works, and he's staring right at us. Then a hooded figure, Demon Count Han, steps forward, and honestly, he's giving off major villain vibes. Psylocke delivers a threat. Once night is over, Dokja is dead, straight up no mercy. However, Dokja responds with a smirk, and it's clear he's not backing down from this fight. Dokja's contribution to the scenario is increasing, and the executioner is losing control, which is perfect. Okay, so the night is totally messed up, and this shadowy figure straight up declares its ending, ominously. Meanwhile, our boy Junhyuk is feeling a chill, like a bad vibe is heading his way, and he knows exactly who it is. This dude is trying to buy time, avoid the monster, but honestly, it's looking grim because that thing is huge. The monster just casually drops a "you will die" bomb, because of course it does. Talk about rude. We get a closer look at this thing's hand, chained up and terrifying, and it's clear this isn't a friendly visit. The monster is getting closer to a building, chains swinging, and the tension is real. People are freaking out. Two people are screaming as the monster advances, and it's clear they are about to become a snack. No way. The monster declares someone made a mistake, and honestly, that feels like an understatement. More monster close-up just to remind us how scary it is. Seriously, those spikes. It's all shadowy threats and menacing angles, and you just know things are about to go down. Junhyuk calls the monster out, saying it's the one who messed up. Talk about confidence. The monster is totally thrown, asking what. It thought it had the upper hand. Suddenly, we flash back to a blonde guy trapped in a room, looking terrified at a monster peering in. He remembers there's another way this night could go down, something beyond just the revolutionaries. Apparently, surviving the night isn't just about avoiding the executioners. There's a second option. We see a couple of people huddled together, clearly scared. This whole situation is a mess. Then bam, a massive glowing shield appears in front of Junhyuk, crackling with energy. The shield is seriously intricate, and it's got a familiar symbol on it, a crest of some kind. Energy blasts out from the shield, pushing back the monster's attack. It's a full-on defense mode. Junhyuk stands firm, sword at the ready, as the shield protects him from everything coming his way. The monster's attack is blocked, and we get a message. Junhyuk is getting help from a guardian. No way. This guardian is stepping in, and the mark of death is lifted from Junhyuk. Huge win for our boy. Suddenly, a mysterious figure in a long coat appears, stepping between Junhyuk and the monster. Who is this dude? The monster's all like, what? As the cloaked figure casually walks forward, totally unfazed. But wait, the monster isn't the only one with a face-off. Another figure, this one with a wolf-like head, appears behind the cloaked man. Pace is straight up confronting the cloaked figure, and things are about to get intense. Major showdown brewing. We get a close-up of Pace, and honestly, those teeth look terrifying and his eyes are glowing red. Pace is going in for a strike, but the cloaked figure doesn't even flinch. This dude is seriously confident. The cloaked figure stares Pace down, and it's clear this isn't just a battle of strength, but a clash of wills. However, it looks like Pace is getting desperate, claws out and ready to attack. This is gonna be wild. Okay, so things just got way more complicated. Apparently the 73rd Demon Realm has been at peace for centuries. But this peace is threatened because someone is messing with the Meladon Industrial Complex and the other demon realms. Pace is losing it, demanding to know what's going on, but the cloaked figure is dropping bombshells. Constellations and demon kings are sworn enemies. He reveals constellations are interfering in the demon realm, risking a massive backlash from the demon kings themselves. Huge power play. Everyone's freaking out, wondering if a demon king is actually appearing after all this time, and the Duke is suspiciously busy. Pace straight up asks if the cloaked figure is saying a nebula is involved, and the response is chilling. Apparently it's no secret. The cloaked figure lays it all out. Constellations and demon kings are sworn enemies, and this interference is a big deal. Pace is beyond shocked, realizing constellations are messing with the demon realm. It's a straight-up power grab. The cloaked figure confirms the Duke is the most likely candidate to be the Demon King. Talk about a plot twist. Does this mean a Demon King will truly appear? It looks like our boy is about to get involved in something huge. Okay, so a message just pops up. A new main scenario has opened. What does that even mean? Someone's rushing in, saying the executioners are bringing in the revolutionary head. It's all happening fast. This dude is sprinting, practically flying down the hallway, and he's clearly winded. No time to breathe. He demands to know what's going on, but the wolf-like figure just barks out, "What is it?" Super intense. We get a close-up and my god, that wolf guy is terrifying with all those teeth. Seriously scary. It's a new revolutionary apparently, but who is it? The tension is building, bro. I can't handle it. They ask for the revolutionary's name and it's Young Hyuk. No way, that's a surprise. The cloaked figure finally shows their face and it's unsettling to say the least, those eyes. The wolf guy is losing it, demanding to know who this is, but the cloaked figure just stands there. It's Young Hyuk, but this isn't the Young Hyuk we know. This dude is a whole different level of mysterious. He knew the Guardian would show up, so he purposefully baited them. This dude is playing chess, not checkers. Alien revealed the Civil Council doesn't even know who the revolutionary is, meaning nobody does. Seriously. So even if the Guardian wanted to protect anyone, they wouldn't know who to save. What a mess. But what if the revolutionary reveals themselves? That's the question hanging in the air, bro. The cloaked figure finally steps forward, and everyone is staring, mouths open in shock. People are yelling anew. They're completely taken aback by whoever this is. A woman and a man are frozen in fear, looking straight at the newcomer. It's intense. The woman is clearly terrified, clutching at the man's arm. This is not good, folks. He's just standing there, a stark figure amidst the chaos, and honestly, it's giving me chills. Everyone is frozen, staring. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Okay, so the guy in the green shirt is desperately trying to shield someone on the ground. It's a kid, but it's all happening right in the middle of the crowd. Everyone is just watching, which is messed up, and this dude in a white shirt is straight up questioning what's going on, like he's confused by the chaos. Okay, so our boy Dokja is meeting with a group of people, a little girl and some workers, when someone shouts Yoon Yuk out of nowhere. They're standing in front of this huge clock tower, and it's clear this Young Yuk is someone important, but everyone's skeptical of him. Someone straight up tells him it's too soon to be getting along with the others like old colleagues. Total shade. They immediately start questioning if he's a spy for the Duke, which is a major power player in this world, and Dokja is like, hold up. But then a woman steps forward saying she believes he's the Guardian, which is a huge title, and everyone's attention snaps to her. The group announces that Dokja has apparently joined the Revolutionary Army, and things are moving fast, no time to breathe. Someone objects, saying he came right after Dokja declared himself a revolutionary, and that's suspicious, to say the least. They point out that the last time there was a revolutionary scenario like this was 30 years ago. It's a long time. However, the woman insists she's positive he's the Guardian, standing her ground against the doubt. And honestly, this whole situation is tense, and everyone's trying to figure out if Dokja is who he says he is. The woman realizes Dokja already knew Aslan's real name when they first met. No way. A blonde dude overhears and is not happy Dokja's spilling secrets, yelling about privacy. Dokja casually drops that he can see people's attribute information, which is a total power move. He says he can see as much as he needs to, and the woman seems relieved things aren't hopeless. The woman sighs, clearly dealing with a lot, but she's keeping it together for now. She looks determined, and it's clear she's hiding something. This is getting interesting. The blonde dude accuses someone of being fake, and Dokja's getting seriously side-eye from everyone. Everyone is silent, staring at Dokja and the woman, waiting for an explanation. Then a shocked shout of "What?" erupts, and you know something huge just dropped. Seriously, the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. What did they find out? Okay, so the blonde dude is losing it, accusing the man of being a fake revolutionary, straight up calling him out. This dude is not having it, yelling that it's absurd and demanding answers, but Dokja just stares him down. Dokja casually labels the man a fake revolutionary and then a pitiful guardian. Savage. The blonde dude is absolutely spiraling, screaming that this isn't a game, and honestly, he's kinda right. The man and blonde dude are still going at it, but Dokja's already moved on, looking at the woman like he's got all day. Dokja reveals he's been checking everyone's attribute information, like a character sheet, which is a total power move. And get this, Dokja's item is the face of a Casanova who died during intercourse. No way, that's wild. The woman is starting to realize Dokja isn't what he seems, but she's trying to stay calm, which is impressive. The scene shifts and we see a whole crew walking through the city. Something big is definitely brewing. Our boy Dokja is leading the charge, and honestly, this whole thing feels like a trap waiting to spring. Hin asks Dokja what Earth is, and apparently it's not well known around here. That's wild. They reveal Earth has gotten famous recently because of someone Dokja knows. Uh-oh. Dokja's apparently super famous on this planet because he received a blessing from the god of wrath and lust. No way. The man presses Dokja for what he did to earn that blessing, but Dokja just smirks mysteriously. Dokja's face is all intense. Seriously, this dude is playing a whole other game. The scene cuts to a marketplace and it's buzzing with activity, but something feels off. Dokja questions a group of workers stacking crates, and they look seriously nervous. One worker recognizes Dokja as a noble, and the others start whispering. This is getting interesting. The man asks what Dokja's doing, and honestly, he's just casually scoping out the situation. But the worker's reaction is telling. He's clearly hiding something, and Dokja's onto him. Dokja demands to know who ordered the barricade to go up, and a shadowy figure reveals it's the council chair. The figure explains nobles aren't allowed into the citizens' area, but another guy straight up yells at him. What does the chair even do? This dude orders them to take down the barricade immediately and threatens to tear whoever resists apart. Dokja's like, go ahead and try it, and honestly, that confidence is radiating off the page. Someone accuses Dokja of acting out because a revolutionary showed up, questioning if he can even kill him. Dokja's goon is all like, I see, as they assess the barricade. This is a power move. The shadowy figure declares they need to strike fear into the workers, and his expression is terrifying. He's decked out in a fancy coat, looking straight up menacing and ready to enforce his will. He says this happens when workers forget their place, and bro is not playing around. This dude is about to lay down the law, and honestly, it's a bit much. Dokja calmly asked why the council chair is acting so strangely, and honestly, it's a good question. But the chair just doubles down, claiming he's maintaining order and protecting the citizens. He insists the barricade is necessary, and then throws shade at anyone questioning his authority. Talk about a power trip. Dokja's not buying it for a second and straight up calls him out on the hypocrisy, pointing out the chair is the one causing chaos. Okay, so this creepy hooded figure just shows up and everyone's immediately on edge. He's going straight for Hein, and bro is totally caught off guard. It's a fast attack. Everyone's freaking out, realizing this isn't some random strategy. It's the revolutionary. No way. This dude leaps, and honestly, the speed is insane. The whole scene is just a blur of dark cloth and chains. He's shouting something about not being the revolutionary, which is super ominous and confusing. Poor Hein, he's completely shocked, and then BAM, the chainsword is coming down on him. Someone yells, look out, but it feels way too late, and Hein's getting slammed to the ground. A guard tries to intervene with his own sword, but the revolutionary straight up swats it aside. Hein's down, and this hooded figure is looming over him, looking absolutely terrifying. But wait, another guard tries to strike, and it looks like they might actually have a chance to fight back. Hein tries to block, but the revolutionary's attack is overwhelming. It's a brutal clash. Hein's getting sliced up, and a system message pops up saying his story configuration is messed up. This dude is seriously messed up. He's targeting Hein's story fragments, and it's working. The revolutionary swings again, and everyone braces for impact, but Hein somehow dodges, barely. Hein's covered in sweat and looking panicked, but he's yelling about this not happening on the second night. The revolutionary just laughs, saying he'll make sure they spend the second night running in confusion. He raises his weapon and declares everyone is going to die. Talk about dramatic. The revolutionary's face is revealed under the hood, and it's terrifyingly empty and glowing red. Someone shouts that it's clear someone gave orders, and now everyone's realizing this is bigger than they thought. Another system message appears, this time saying a story fragment of a Casanova's death is damaged. What does that even mean? Okay, things are spiraling. The revolutionary is just cutting through everyone, and it's a total bloodbath. Someone screams revolutionary, and honestly, it's a fitting title for this chaos. Hein's down, bleeding out. Our boy is freaking out, trying to figure out what's happening, but it's clear this isn't the Duke's doing. He's scanning the scene looking for a tactician, but realizes this is something else entirely, a full-on massacre. He's clutching his neck, probably from shock, but he's trying to stay focused as the carnage continues. The revolutionary is just relentlessly attacking, and Hein shouts he can't protect anyone scattered around. Then a system message drops. Dr. Kim decided, what does that even mean? It turns out the Duke wasn't involved, and if he had been, this place would already be rubble. No way. Another guard goes down screaming, and it's just brutal, straight up horrifying. This dude is seriously messed up. If the Duke had moved, the whole industrial complex would have fallen to ruin. Aileen is losing it, screaming at everyone to run as the revolutionary goes wild, but it's already too late. Someone tries to escape but gets cut down instantly, plop, and begs for help. It's brutal, seriously. Our boy stares completely shocked, realizing if more people get hurt, things will go the way they want. He understands the civilians won't help the revolution if they are terrified, and the Duke's orders will be followed. And to top it off, Alien Civil Council will be totally isolated. This is a disaster unfolding. He's trying to get Aileen to safety, but the revolutionary is cutting through everyone, a whirlwind of chaos. The revolutionary is relentless, and the scene is just a massacre, no way around it. It's clear this isn't just about the Duke. Someone else is pulling the strings, and our boy is desperately trying to figure out who. He's clutching his neck, trying to focus, but the carnage is overwhelming, honestly. This dude is straight up losing it. The situation is spiraling, and it's all happening so fast. Mark is losing it, straight up begging someone, anyone, to kill him. It's a total breakdown. He's screaming for death, but the hooded figures are just standing there, menacing and silent. Aileen is losing her mind, yelling at Mark, demanding to know what he's doing right now. Someone, a blonde dude, is getting in the way, and honestly, it's a terrible idea. Mark is completely unhinged, and the revolutionary is moving in, a dark shadow of death. This dude is desperately trying to get Mark away, but the revolutionary is too fast. The revolutionary raises that massive weapon, and it's clear Mark is about to become a casualty. But hold up, the revolutionary doesn't attack Mark. Instead, he's looking at someone else. Hooded figure's face is finally revealed, and it's intense with those spiky details. This dude is seriously messed up, and it's clear this is all part of a much bigger, darker plan. Mark's trying to fight it, but the power radiating from the revolutionary is overwhelming him, straight up crushing him. But wait, the revolutionary isn't attacking him. He's unleashing a massive blast of energy at someone else. The energy swirls and coalesces into some kind of armored shield, protecting a dude in a dark uniform. This armored guy is a total beast, and the revolutionary is giving him the power-up he needs. It's a team-up. Mark thinks he's safe for a second, but then realizes the armored figure is coming for him. No way. The armored dude's eyes are glowing red and blue, and he's clearly got a split personality going on. The revolutionary is totally controlling him, and Mark is realizing this whole thing was a setup from the start. Mark collapses, thinking it was all a dream, but it's a fleeting one. The reality is brutal. The armored dude closes in, and the revolutionary's voice echoes, promising to correct Mark. This is bad, bro. Mark is completely helpless as the armored figure prepares to deliver the final blow. Okay, so someone's grilling Dokja, demanding to know who he really is and if he's a guardian. Dokja straight up refuses to spill, saying if he did, they'd know way too much about him. Smooth move, bro. He tries to brush it off, telling them to drop it, but the others aren't buying it at all. The other guys start speculating about the revolution and what happens if the Duke kidnaps someone who knows Dokja's secrets. Dokja's thinking to himself he's starting to sound just like Jung Haeok with all the excuses, which is a mood. He admits he misses when Dokja was nice, but the other guy just calls him difficult, honestly rude. They're debating if Dokja's guardian powers will actually help, but someone points out they might not even use the mark tomorrow. Someone else throws out that if they can't kill anyone, they'll just make sure to injure as many people as possible. Yikes, dark. But then the other guy sighs, remembering when Dokja was actually pleasant to be around. And honestly, this dude is playing 4D chess, keeping everyone guessing while a bigger plan unfolds. Okay, so it turns out they lost whatever fight just happened, and the mood is definitely grim. Someone asks what they're gonna do now, and honestly, that's a good question. They're scrambling. A red-haired woman looking super intense steps forward and starts laying out the remaining rules. She's saying they need a revolutionary, a guardian, and an executioner. That's a dark list, bro. Suddenly someone knocks, like a loud, urgent knock, and it's for Dokja specifically. They announce someone is there to see him, and the tension is thick. What's going on? The red-haired woman overhears and immediately jumps to the conclusion that it's a spy. Classic paranoia. She explains all the positions in this whole revolutionary game are either for the side of the rebel or the dictator. We get a glimpse of the mysterious visitor's back, and this dude is shrouded in darkness, super ominous. But honestly, this is getting wild. Dokja is about to walk into a whole new level of crazy. Okay, so the visitor steps forward and everyone instantly recognizes him as Young Hyauk, a seriously infamous character. Turns out this whole operation was Young Hyauk's idea, and he's been manipulating things from the start. No way. He's playing it cool, acting surprised Dokja knows his name, but honestly, it's a little too much. Someone questions why he's acting so strange, and Young Hyauk just straight up admits he's famous. Dokja's thinking, and we get a close-up of his face. He's piecing things together, which is awesome. But then Young Hyauk reveals he knows about Young Hyauk, and things get really intense really fast. The guy's face morphs into something monstrous, showing his true colors. It's terrifying. He's got horns, yellow eyes, fangs, the whole 9 yards. This dude is seriously messed up. Dokja's reaction is perfect, and it's clear he's not surprised at all. Our boy knew this was coming. However, Young Hyauk all smiles like he expected Dokja to figure it out, and it's super unsettling. Dokja hears the name Aurelius and immediately knows he's heard it before, but not from within the story. Young Hyauk confirms he's the spy, and Dokja's lie detection skill activates, level 3 no less. Dokja instantly knows Young Hyauk is lying, and he's smug about it, putting his hands together. But here's the kicker, the system can't pull up any information on Young Hyauk, and he's not in the character profile. Dokja's totally caught off guard, and Young Hyauk's smile widens. This dude is playing a long game. The system starts updating information about Young Hyauk like it's encountering him for the first time ever. We get a full look at Young Hyauk, and he's seriously creepy, totally different than he seemed before. Dokja's reeling from the reveal, and it's clear this is way bigger than he thought. No way. The system is still updating, and it's a little unnerving how much this guy is throwing off the system. This is insane. The guy is a complete unknown, and Dokja's about to unravel a seriously messed up plot. Okay, so Young Hyauk drops a bomb. They're not even on Earth, but in the demon realm. He claims he's here to save them, saying the revolution is doomed to fail as is. But someone calls him out. They haven't even started the revolution, and he's already giving up. He turns to a woman, and honestly, she looks super annoyed with his defeatist attitude. Suddenly, the door behind Young Hyauk bursts open, and everyone freaks out. A shadowy figure explodes out, and the crowd immediately recognizes him. It's someone they've been waiting for. The crowd is going wild, yelling it's his fault, and claiming their wives are getting hurt. This dude is straight up complaining it was better when night came every 3 days. What even does that mean? And then a blade comes swishing out of nowhere, aimed right at someone. Someone screams awe, and it looks like chaos is completely erupting. No way, this is good. This dude is laying into someone, calling them pathetic and questioning their life choices. Harsh. He's seriously asking if they think it's okay for people to die every 3 days, and then just shoves someone. Our boy is telling everyone to just leave the industrial complex, but they're understandably confused and angry. Turns out leaving means getting exiled from the scenario. The system straight up punishes you for trying to escape. Okay, so things are insane right now. Our boy is straight up mowing down these demon-possessed people. He slices through one with a glowing blade, declaring one down like it's nothing, which is kinda terrifying. 2 down, he's a whirlwind of white, slashing through another enemy with insane speed. But it's not just mindless slashing. These creatures are falling apart in a seriously messed up way. He keeps swinging, and honestly, this dude had it coming, splattering everywhere. Another one bites the dust, and the blade is just soaked, but he doesn't even flinch. This wolf-like monster tries to attack, but our boy turns it into a red mist with one clean strike. Everyone around them is freaking out, watching the carnage unfold. It's brutal, no way around it. However, a couple of survivors are staring at him, clearly terrified of what they just witnessed. And there's another monster rising from the chaos, but our boy is already moving, ready for the next fight. Wait, what? Someone just took down one of the executioners, a supposed god, and everyone is losing it. Alerts are popping up everywhere. Someone has killed an executioner. This is insane. They're actually falling. The crowd is panicking, screaming as another executioner goes down, and the remaining number drops to 7. It's brutal, but we see the fallen executioner was Aaron. People are straight up shocked, calling him a god. Everyone's realizing these executioners were hiding in plain sight, disguised among them. No way. To get a closer look, Aaron is completely out of it, covered in blood, and it's messy to say the least. The other disguised monsters are starting to reveal themselves, faces shifting into wolf-like snarls. This dude, the one who took Aaron out, is just standing there, calm as can be, with a chilling smirk. He's unleashing a flurry of attacks, and each thwack sends bodies flying. It's absolutely relentless. His eyes are cold, focused, and honestly, this guy is terrifying. He's not messing around. This dude grabs someone by the neck, and it's brutal, straight up a chokehold. He's squeezing and delivers a line about how they're still an expert at killing people. He's got the guy pinned and starts talking about Myung-go-han. Wait, he's alive. The guy is clearly aged, but this dude is examining him like a collector with a new specimen. He reveals Myung-go-han was cursed by the demon god of wrath before the third main scenario. We flash back to Myung-go-han falling into some kind of dark abyss. It looks terrifying. Our boy thought Myung-go-han was dead after he went missing, but no, here he is. He admits he didn't expect to run into him in the demon realm and points out how much older he looks. Myung-go-han is looking wrecked, but this dude is still all smiles, seriously creepy vibes. Myung-go-han is gripping his arm, but our boy doesn't seem to care. He's totally unfazed. Myung-go-han is straight up accusing this dude of framing him with the name Aurelius. No way. He's tied to a chair, looking furious, and yells at our boy, talk about a tense standoff. This dude is completely unfazed, casually asking if Dokja is wasting time reading a web novel. He suggests Dokja should be reading something good like Marcus Aurelius. The audacity. Our boy calls him out for always carrying that meditations book but never actually reading it. Myung-go-han demands to know who this dude even is, but it's clear he's not getting answers easily. This dude's got a smug grin and is holding the book. He's totally playing mind games. Myung-go-han is looking absolutely feral, eyes glowing, and honestly, he looks terrifying. A close-up shows just how intense this dude's smirk is. It's pure villain energy, bro. He's lecturing Myung-go-han about building a resume like he's interviewing him. This is wild. This dude casually reveals Myung-go-han is now working for Asmodeus, a high-ranking demon. Talk about a power move. Myung-go-han is shocked someone knows his deal, asking if our boy can just spill secrets whenever he wants. Our boy straight up demands payment coins, specifically if Myung-go-han wants to know anything. Myung-go-han is furious, but our boy doesn't even flinch, calmly adjusting his coat. He whips out his sword and it's gold, seriously blinged out, but Myung-go-han looks completely unfazed. Our boy lunges at Myung-go-han with the sword, but he's totally prepared to defend himself. Myung-go-han blocks the attack and the impact sends a shockwave. This fight is getting intense. Myung-go-han tries to attack, but our boy expertly dodges, using the sword for a counter. He disarms Myung-go-han, sending the book flying, and honestly, this dude is a fighting machine. Myung-go-han is losing it, teeth grinding, looking absolutely wrecked. This dude is barely holding on. He's getting blasted by some crazy energy, and it's straight up overloading his system, horns popping out. But it's not just energy. The force throws Myung-go-han across the room, and it's brutal, bro. Our boy announces Asmodeus and his subject are temporarily broken, like it's nothing. No way. Myung-go-han is scrambling back, shocked, while our boy calmly turns away with his sword. Total power move. Okay, so our boy Jung-hyuk is at a table with that blonde guy, Kim Dokja, and a super stoic dude named Yoo Young-hyuk. Dokja's being extra, straight up screeching at something, and Yoo Young-hyuk is already annoyed, predictable. Yoo Young-hyuk asks what's wrong, and Dokja just sulks, refusing to say anything. Honestly, what a mood. Then bam, they drop a bomb. The spy they caught is unconscious, but it's not a normal sleep. Apparently, this spy fainted after being punished for revealing secrets about his deal with Asmodeus. Things are getting intense. But hold up, Yoo Young-hyuk interrupts with a wild claim. Dokja gave birth to a child. No way. This dude just flops onto the table, dramatically screaming about having a baby, and honestly, the reaction is justified. Yoo Young-hyuk is completely deadpan while Dokja looks like he's about to faint from shock. The drama is real. Yu Young-hyuk asks what happened to the spy, and someone responds that he's still unconscious after being dragged away. They clarify he fainted again after being penalized for revealing details of his contract with Asmodeus, and Dokja is clearly losing it. Dokja launches into a whole speech about not being a hero, no guardian, no revolutionary, not even a council chairperson. Kim Dokja's blonde friend is clearly not buying it and straight up thinks he's wallowing in self-pity. Yu Young-hyuk cuts in saying night will fall again. Basically, things are gonna get worse, and can Dokja even protect anyone? Dokja reveals there are still 7 executioners he hasn't dealt with, and if they start attacking, it's gonna be a bloodbath. However, he insists they can stop them. All they need to do is find this mysterious fighter character. Dokja dramatically crushes a wooden mug and then drops the bomb. There probably isn't a fighter at all. And honestly, that's a bleak outlook, but it kinda tracks with this story. It's never easy for our boy. The final panel shows a city drenched in blood, foreshadowing the festival of blood Dokja just warned about. Dokja's still trying to act like it's all okay, but bro is clearly panicking inside. He's just trying to convince everyone and maybe himself that they can still win, even without a fighter. Mark asks what makes Dokja say there's no fighter, and it turns out no one has inherited the fighter's skills. Unlike other roles in the game, the fighter position is passed down, but the last fighter died without a successor. Dokja explains the previous fighter protected the last revolutionary, but after he died, there was no one to take his place. Someone suggests they can just make a new fighter, grabbing the position from another player, right? But there are no more fighters in the 73rd Demon Realm, and Dokja isn't planning on looking there anyway. Yu Young-hyuk and Kim Dokja are having a moment, while the blonde dude looks totally lost. Blonde dude demands to know what they're talking about, and Dokja blurts out that Hae-young has a wall. Apparently, Hae-young has this unidentified wall thing going on. It's a serious defense mechanism. And honestly, it sounds like Hae-young is straight up blocking out the world, which is kinda sad. Dokja is desperate, but this dude is basically saying Hae-young is a fortress of solitude. Dokja's trying to get Hae-young to talk to this wall. Apparently, it's the key to unlocking his skills. Someone points out the wall has a purpose, but Dokja wants to know how anyone could know that. They're urging Hae-young to just speak to the wall, insisting he can communicate with it directly. Hae-young is visibly distressed. His eyes darting around. This is getting intense. His expression shifts and a strange light flares in his eyes. Something's definitely happening. He whispers Mr. Wall, and the system immediately sends a message, no way. The unidentified wall is frowning, according to the system, and everyone's totally shocked. Dokja's stunned he's getting a response, while the wall's frown is still front and center. Hae-young is clearly affected, clutching his chest, and the whole scene is getting super chaotic. But the wall is actually responding. This is a game changer, and our boy Dokja knows it. Hae-young starts speaking and the wall immediately cracks. No joke, it's splitting apart. The system warns them they'll have a hard time finding a new host if Hae-young dies, but Dokja doesn't care. Dokja is straight up letting Hae-young take the damage, insisting it doesn't matter who he is. Someone questions if Hae-young can even use level 1 features, but Dokja brushes it off. Hae-young's voice is shaky as he asks why everyone's stopping him, and then BZZZT, he gets blasted. The wall is cracking badly and Hae-young is collapsing, taking the brunt of the energy. Everything is falling apart around them, and it looks like Hae-young is about to be crushed. Dokja is desperate, yelling that he has to make sure Hae-young awakens right there. Hae-young is totally overwhelmed, surrounded by chaotic energy, and it's a mess. Dokja is determined and Hae-young is struggling. This is gonna be a wild ride, I swear. Dokja realizes his fourth wall skill is going wild, way more aggressive than he predicted. Hae-young's power surges and the unidentified wall actually reacts, cracking under the strain. The wall straight up breaks apart and Dokja is sprinting toward the fissure. He's gotta force Hae-young to awaken. The wall is totally startled by this attack and starts to fall apart even more. We get a close-up of a stunned Hae-young, who's clearly overwhelmed by everything happening around him. Okay, so Dokja's chilling at this tavern with his crew, enjoying some downtime after, well, everything. The tavern itself is huge, like a legit castle inside, and it's buzzing with people, but things are about to get weird. This blonde dude, Kim Namhoon, suddenly whips out some high-tech tablet and starts cackling like a maniac. Yusung, who's been kinda protective of Dokja, immediately asks what's so funny, and honestly, we're all wondering the same. He's super focused on this tablet and it's radiating this blue light, but something's definitely off about this whole situation. It turns out Namhoon's been digging up info and he's realized something huge about Dokja, something that's making Yusung freak out. Dokja's trying to figure out what Namhoon's up to, and Namhoon's just grinning, which is immediately sus. Namhoon straight up says he's pretending to be a freshman to mess with someone, but then clarifies it's because he is a freshman. Yusung is not buying it, and honestly, neither are we. A freshman with that much power, no way. But then Yusung reads something on the tablet, and his face drops because apparently constellations can disguise their age. Yusung is losing it, asking what Dokja should even ask this guy, and Namhoon just wants him to forget about it. Namhoon insists Dokja shouldn't bother with the fighter, but Yusung's still looking at the tablet, clearly not convinced. Namhoon tells Yusung to check the list of names he gave Dokja earlier, hinting there are other options for help. Cut to Dokja and he's asking why he even fainted, because honestly, that's a valid question. Namhoon explains Dokja passed out from remembering something, but it feels like he's leaving out a huge piece of the puzzle. Dokja presses for more, asking if that's all that happened, and Namhoon drops a bomb. Dokja also cursed out Asmodeus. We get a quick shot of the tavern exterior, and it's a seriously impressive structure, like a medieval fortress. Back inside, Namhoon is still pushing Dokja to forget about the fighter, but Yusung's clearly not having it. Namhoon's digging for info, and the tablet keeps flashing, and our boy Dokja is starting to realize something's seriously wrong. But the real kicker, this dude Namhoon is straight up admitting he's been messing with everyone this whole time. Namhoon is getting seriously interrogated, and Dokja wants to know how he won Asmodeus' favor. Yusung's reeling, apparently it starts with how Namhoon got pregnant, no way. Namhoon thinks back to the fight with the Warden of the Dark, but insists that wasn't how it happened. He says it all started with a curse, and honestly, that's a total mood. We get a flashback to Myongo dealing the final blow to the Warden, and Asmodeus cursing him as a result. Asmodeus' curse makes your worst nightmare come true, and that's where things get wild. Dokja asks if a male can even give birth, and Namhoon is absolutely not answering that question. Silence hangs heavy and you can feel the tension building. This is getting so awkward. Namhoon is looking away and Yusung is clearly processing a LOT, while Dokja is still piecing it all together. But wait, Namhoon admits he's been manipulating things the whole time, and our boy Dokja is officially done. Dokja's had enough. He's demanding to know everything from Namhoon, and honestly, good for him. Namhoon admits he doesn't know if he should call himself a father or a mother, which is a choice. He says he was happy, but Yusung's looking at him like he just grew a second head, understandably. We flash back to Myongo and the Warden, and Asmodeus curses Myongo after the fight. The curse makes your worst nightmare real, and Namhoon's nightmare, getting pregnant apparently. Dokja's asking if a male can even give birth, and Namhoon is actively avoiding eye contact. Red flag. Silence descends, and the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife, seriously. Namhoon reveals he's been manipulating things all along, and Dokja is officially losing it. We see a glimpse of a young girl with a bunny on her shirt, and Namhoon calls her his lovely daughter. Namhoon is grinning like a maniac, and straight up, that smile is terrifying. Dokja is reeling, demanding to know what Namhoon meant by her, and Namhoon reveals he fell into the dark castle scenario. He explains he nearly died countless times but couldn't save the person he loved. It's heavy stuff. Namhoon says the moment he entered the dark castle, he realized he couldn't protect her with strength alone. He desperately pleads for someone to save his child, offering anything in return. It's a total breakdown. We get a flashback to a little girl with a bunny on her shirt, and Namhoon calls her his lovely child. But here's the twist, Namhoon's nightmare wasn't dying, it was being pregnant. No way. Dokja is understandably confused, asking how a male can even give birth, and Namhoon avoids eye contact. Major red flag. The flashback continues, showing the girl surrounded by monstrous creatures, and it's terrifying. Namhoon is grinning manically, and straight up, that smile is creepy as heck. He's lost it. Then Asmodeus appears, and Namhoon seems shocked. This dude is about to get a whole lot more complicated. Namhoon reveals Asmodeus took his daughter, dragging her into a physical form. It's a total power move. But here's the kicker, Namhoon didn't just become stronger, he straight up became a demon to find her. He's desperately pleading again, yelling he just wants to save his daughter, and honestly, it's heartbreaking. We get another glimpse of the little girl, and it's clear this dude is completely broken over her disappearance. Namhoon is absolutely wrecked, and Dokja is stunned. This whole situation is spiraling out of control. Okay, so things are weird in this industrial complex. It's filled with clocks, gears, and pipes, straight up steampunk vibes. Our boy and a woman named Sarah are having a conversation, but it's kinda tense, like they're figuring something out. She's telling him he's still outside the main scenario, whatever that means, and he needs to understand. Sarah points out something crazy. People are suddenly coming to get watches, which is super unusual. She asks if they're all losing their minds, but then drops a bomb. People in this complex never used watches before. He demands to know why not, and Sarah explains that even if they knew when night fell, they couldn't avoid deaths. Dark. Basically, the watches are new, and it means people are starting to fear the night again. No way. Sarah lays it out. With the watches, people are now afraid of what night will bring, like the story is resetting or something. This dude is clearly catching on, realizing something huge is happening and that the story's changing. The final panel shows the city at night, and it's all lit up, hinting that this new fear is spreading fast. It's gonna be a long night. Sarah insists she didn't offer the watches to make anyone feel better. It's just bad for morale if everyone's gloomy. But our boy is onto something. He remembers the watches weren't a thing in the original story and asks about it. He explains the watches are about this big, demonstrating with his hands, and Sarah visibly freaks out. Suddenly, a man with horns approaches, and Sarah and the others turn to look, totally stunned. Another guy with animal ears grabs the watch from someone, admiring it, and our boy realizes something's really off. This dude is straight up smirking, making eye contact with Sarah, and it's creepy AF. A guy asks what he's doing, but he replies he's just doing what Sarah asked, which is suspicious. Sarah's trying to figure out what's happening, and it's clear she's realizing the story is changing too. He's doing something with a blue screen, and honestly, this is getting intense. He says he's doing what she asked, and it's a total power move, like he's got everything under control. Okay, so no one responded to their messages, like 0 fighters are hitting him back. He's cleaning a plate, trying to stay calm, but this is straight up bad news, right? He pulls up a screen, and they've sent about 300 messages to who, exactly? The other guy is looking super stressed, and it's clear they're both realizing something's wrong with this constellation. They're starting to think all the fighters are acting like Black Flame Dragon, totally ignoring them. He suggests writing something to provoke a response, and the other guy asks what this constellation even likes. Turns out this constellation is an older male, and the other dude casually drops that info. The response, he's an old geezer. Seriously, that's the intel they're working with. He sends the message, and we get a lightning bolt graphic. This is about to get spicy. And honestly, he looks way too pleased with himself, while the other guy is visibly panicking. Okay, so he sent a message saying, "Grow my hair, grow." Seriously, what is happening right now? The other guy is asking who he's even messaging, and our boy almost blurts out the name Youngyo. But the other dude yells, "Don't respond," and then starts spiraling, muttering about a secret plotter. He's freaking out because he doesn't know who this secret plotter even is. Total chaos. Then some lady walks in saying Flame Dragon can help, but the other guy is like, "You're still talking to him." And it gets wilder. This dude straight up killed everyone because he didn't like the scenario rules. No way, apparently, there's a legend of a wild card like this in the Demon Realm's history. He claims it won't be a problem since he isn't using the scenario's rules, but there's a condition. Any transaction through the wall takes a toll, and honestly, that sounds super ominous. What does he want? This is getting intense. Our boy is in deep, I can feel it. Okay, so the woman is sprinting toward the chaos, knife drawn. She's a total pro. She bursts in, and it's a bloodbath. Seriously, bodies everywhere. This is brutal. She starts systematically taking down the remaining attackers, but these guys are adapting fast. One dude tries to get the drop on her, but she's too quick. She dodges and delivers a swift kick. She's breathing hard, covered in blood, but still fighting. Our girl is a machine. She finally finishes off the last attacker, and phew, that was close. She collapses for a sec. She surveys the scene, noting how quickly these guys adapted. They weren't messing around. One attacker is still barely alive, reaching for something. Oh no, he's going for a weapon. But she's already on it, stepping on his hand to stop him. Cold-blooded, but effective. Seong Han is straight up losing it, yelling for Dokja. She's clearly worried about him. She's determined to save Dokja no matter what, and demands they go after him immediately. This other guy, though, he's just salty. Dokja is getting all the luck, honestly. Seong acknowledges someone cares about Dokja, which is kinda sweet, even if she's a bit intense. A new main scenario just starts, no warning, no nothing, and both of them get these glowing blue markers. Then boom, everything explodes, the sky cracks open, and it's a total disaster. The explosion is massive and the whole area is getting wrecked, but they're still running forward. They're pushing through the destruction, desperately trying to reach Dokja despite the chaos. Seong is still urging them forward, but she's looking stressed and exhausted. This is rough. She's frustrated but keeps pushing, determined to reach Dokja, even if it means running through hell. Okay, so Dokja is transforming, straight up becoming a massive, terrifying dragon, and it's intense. He's soaring through the sky with a whole swarm of smaller dragon-like creatures. It's a chaotic scene. Dokja dives towards the city, unleashing these black flames. It looks like a full-blown apocalypse. Seong and the other guy are witnessing this, and she's like, is this also part of the book? Totally freaked. But before she can even process, Dokja's transformation hits another level. It's like his power is escalating fast. This dude is activating Stigma, Black Flames level 6, and his eyes are glowing purple. No way. He's launching himself forward, surrounded by those black flames, and it's a blur of motion. Dokja's flying through the wreckage, smashing through buildings, and honestly, it's kinda awesome. He's a terrifying dragon silhouette against the destruction, and it's clear he's a force of nature. Our boy is moving so fast, he's leaving these purple trails behind him. This is getting wilder by the second. Dokja launches a massive attack, but Kragan, this level 3 mysterious dragon, just shrugs it off with flame and shadow resistance. He's trying to hit this dragon, but it's deflecting everything. Seriously, this thing is tanky. Dokja's getting tossed around like a rag doll, but he manages to skid back, landing with a crash. Ugh, this dude is annoyed. He thought that would work, but Kragan is just too strong. The constellation, Abyssal Black Flame Dragon, is straight up depressed. What is going on with that? Dokja wants to inherit the Abyssal Black Flame Dragon story, but how is he even supposed to do that? He's thinking aloud, and it's kinda sad. Our boy really needs that power-up. Dokja's back to fighting Kragan, dodging attacks and looking determined, even if he's getting wrecked. Kragan is about to bite Dokja, and it looks brutal. This could be it. Dokja leaps away, barely escaping, and honestly, he needs a plan like yesterday. The Abyssal Black Flame Dragon offers to tell Dokja Kragan's weakness, but Dokja is not having it. Dokja calls him out, saying he barely knows anything about scenarios and lied last time. Ouch. Kragan tries to attack, but Dokja is dodging like a pro. He's taking a beating, but still fighting. The dragon gets super mad, swinging his sword, and Dokja is about to get sliced. No way. But the dragon suddenly blurts out Kragan's weakness, a silver scale on its head. Wait, really? Dokja is shocked, asking if he's serious, and honestly, we are too. He looks at his ally and the guy is staring right at Kragan, like he's planning something. Dokja leaps forward, knife raised, aiming for that silver scale. This is the moment. He's going in for the kill, a determined look on his face, and the dragon is completely unaware. The dragon's about to feel the wrath of our boy. This could actually work. Dokja's knife connects, slicing into the silver scale. Kragan roars in agony, and it's glorious. The Abyssal Black Flame Dragon is straight up smug, like he knew this would happen all along. Dokja demands to know who gave the dragon this intel, and things are getting tense fast. The dragon just stares, completely unbothered, and honestly, it's kinda creepy. But then, the dragon starts babbling about a revolutionary discovery. What is going on? Cut to a mysterious figure observing from the shadows, and this dude is definitely up to something. The dragon continues ranting, but it's clear he's talking to someone else, not Dokja. He's practically begging this shadowy figure to acknowledge his amazing intel, so desperate. Suddenly, a massive structure is revealed amongst the stars, and it looks like a ruined city. And then we learn the third night has fallen, but what does that even mean? Okay, so the dragon's still yapping about his intel, and it turns out he's been talking to a hooded figure. No way. This figure is chilling amongst a horde of undead, and honestly, the vibe is super villainous. We see a blonde guy freaking out, realizing just how messed up this situation is. He's totally losing it. The blonde explains he only learned these skills 2 hours ago, and the other guy is like, there's no one better than you. But wait, the blonde is walking away and he's admitting he only learned these skills 2 hours ago. What is happening?